where I'm at, playing in traffic every Thursday night, baby. We got Ray in the house. What's up, Ray?
Yo, Lewis, how's it going? I am in the house.
Another day. I'm getting over the COVID.
How are you?
COVID. So I've been quarantined for a week.
I guess you weren't too bad, huh?
No, it was like a bad flu, man. I had the fever, cough, sore all over, achy everywhere, and I've just been taking Tylenol and medicine, and now it feels like I got a real bad cold.
Okay.
But it wasn't real bad. I mean, it's more than I wanted, but.
Yeah, I just talked to a buddy today who had it. His whole family had it, but he said it was, for them, it was no more than like a cold with some body aches for like 2 days. And so I guess everybody's getting it different because they're catching strains now, different strains of it and whatnot.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the vaccine? Are you looking to get vaccinated or no?
I don't think so, man.
Yeah.
My thought is 99% of the people are recovering. So why put myself at risk of something with that vaccine? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never got my flu shots.
Oh, so. I do get a flu shot every year, and I haven't gotten the flu. Then again, I really hadn't had it before that too much either. But I don't know. Like the flu shot I know is out for a long time, and I've been taking it for a while, so I don't feel bad about it. This thing that's new. The thing that got me was when they came out with Pfizer came out with that vaccine. It had to be in like that super, super cold, -0. So they had to put it in special refrigerators. Only certain hospitals could have it. And then Pfizer had that. Then AstraZeneca comes out a couple weeks later with one that you could put in a regular freezer. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, something right.
If that was so important, and how do these guys figure that out, like to not do that, and how they injected that into you anyway if it's so freaking cold? I don't know.
But yeah, I'm scared of it. So
the problem is, I read something in the paper. Somebody wrote in and said, "Can an employer mandate that their employees get vaccines before they come back to work?"
I think so.
And they said yes, they can. So that's kind of scary if an employer can mandate it. I mean, I guess if you could work from home and you want to, that'd be okay. Just say, who are you?
In my case, I can't work from home. And if they make me take it, I don't know, man. It might be some problems.
Well, you can do like a video game, on the TV, get the. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So other than that, Monday we had the Monster Garage watch party.
How'd that go?
It went real well. We had 5 people on there from that episode.
Okay.
And our guy Dwayne Maddox, he was one of the head guys on there.
Right.
So we all watched it live for the first time, and we talked to the chat room and people on Facebook and YouTube, and it worked out pretty good. It was really nice.
That's good. That's good.
So
we gonna get any teasers on the episode? Because I couldn't make it because of a family deal, but so I don't know what happened. I didn't get to see it yet.
Yeah, it was a good episode. They did a Corvette. I think it was a 68 or 69 Corvette.
Wow, really a C3. Wow.
Yeah, they cut the back end of it out and they put in a wood burner for the fuel source. They took out the gas and they put in a wood system that replaced the gas. The fumes from the wood burn just like gas.
That's big in the back hills countries. I know there was a whole bunch of. I saw something a couple of years ago about that. There was a whole big thing about these wood burning vehicles, and real popular in like the Ozarks, I think.
Yeah.
Not like where we live.
I think the moonshiners use it a lot.
Yeah. Plus the barrels are soaked in liquor, right? Soaked in alcohol, so it's got to be good fuel.
Yeah. It went pretty good. Dwayne. He did his welding stuff, and we're gonna have a couple of those people on as guests.
Good.
Yeah. So I'm over on Facebook now, seeing if any fellas.
Speaking of guests, I'll give a little teaser myself on Motormouth Radio this Sunday. We have none other than Steve Magnante.
Oh yeah.
writer from Hot Rod Craft. Now he does Junkyard Gold and
Mm-hmm.
Dream Model Builder and historian. He's a Barrett Jackson commentator. And we're going to follow him up the week after that with Alana Sher, who is also a writer for the magazine. Now she's independent. So we're getting a little momentum over on that side too.
Nice. I had a guest lined up today, but he had some family issues, so
okay.
So we'll get him on next week. But I got a pretty good lineup coming.
Right.
Yeah, I got the Monster Garage crew. They're gonna jump
cool.
in. And so we're also going to do a launch party for Terry's episode as well.
Yeah.
Yep. So Coverman 66 will have his Monster Garage debut.
Excellent.
Hey, John, how's it going?
Good.
There's the big man.
It's so, the link that you sent me last week and the ones that I saved, they never connect.
Really?
I was talking about that, how it should connect.
Yeah, it never connects the next week. It just says connection lost. Connection to host lost.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Shows you the preview, the whole deal, and you hit connect, it doesn't connect.
Wow.
Huh. Yeah,
I don't know. It's like they change one digit or something every week. I have no clue.
Well, I contacted tech support, and they said that you can't have just one link like we used to on other platforms where you just go to the same link and it brings you to my.
Oh, okay. So it's a new link every show.
Yeah. And they said they're going to try to work on that because they're still kind of new.
Very cool.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, the system's running pretty good.
It runs great.
Yeah.
It runs real good. So
Yep.
Yeah.
if we keep it clean, Amazon won't kick us off.
Well,
yeah.
Amazon may not know about us yet.
Just remember, this isn't Parler.
Oh, they shut them down, man.
Yeah, I know. Big time.
I had it on my iPhone, and they took it completely off. You can't get on at all.
I was lucky. I got in before they locked it out of the App Store.
John, my wife actually said to me, she goes, "Tell your friend John he'd be proud of me." I'm like, "What?" She got censured on Facebook because she just she usually doesn't get involved, but she just reposted something and bang, they slammed her. I'm like, okay, you're in the club.
The day that they decided to act like jerks and bust into the Capitol, I was like, I made a post that was like, awesome, so cool that they're fighting for justice against the bad guys.
Yeah.
And 3 hours later, they threw me off for 3 days, and they said that I was inciting. Reason for being banned for 3 days is I was inciting violence.
Yeah.
They're going to have to send you to a re-education camp.
Yeah, I was instigating something else. And then they had the audacity to list all my prior violations from 2020. I was like, I so wish I had a link, Zuckerberg's email or something, because he would have got a big, giant New York you-know-what from me.
Yeah.
I'm actually, to be honest with you, if I didn't have so much going on Facebook, I would create a really, really nasty post and make sure everybody knew that it would be my final post, and I'd be calling out every one of them.
Yeah.
But I got a lot going on with the aquarium business and the chassis connection X business and the half-breed stuff. So
Right.
Yeah, me too.
You know what it is now? I'm just over it. I'm totally over it. So
Yep.
I'm going to calm down quite a bit because I'm aggravated. And I came up with a really good thing. They talk about how the country's so divided, and Trump with this and the Republicans, the Democrats, the whole 9 yards. And my theory is, yeah, that's part of it. The majority of the reason that everybody in America hates everybody else is because we get a bazillion phone calls a month from these scammers that clone phone numbers, that try to sell you garbage that try to get your information. I think everybody's just so much on edge from these scam calls that they're just willing to take it out on anything. So that's my new story, and that's what I'm sticking to.
Okay.
All right.
I literally just got a phone call like 10 minutes ago, and I waited for the guy to get on, and he asked me, who's this? I said, this is the guy that's going to shoot you in the head 2 times
Uh-oh.
with a 45 if I find out where you live.
Yeah.
And he
Hey, does
promptly
anybody
hung up.
have Brian's information? I'd like to send him the link so he can get in.
Yeah. Hey, Matco Man at Verizon.com.
Wait a minute.
.com or .net?
Oh, I'm sorry, .net. You're right, Jim. Thank you. Hey, Jim, is that you breathing into the microphone?
Yep.
Isn't my breathing?
Yeah, stop that.
Stop
You're a
breathing.
heavy breather.
Yeah.
That's
Stop
disgusting.
breathing.
Well, it's John talking about all the.
No, I
Gets you
ruled out
excited,
John
right?
because he was actually talking, and I know he can't breathe like that. And
No,
talk
I'm
at the same
heavy
time.
breathing because of
I
all of
keep my
John's stories.
microphone up here
Oh,
so you
okay.
don't hear my heavy breath.
Yeah. No, Jim, that makes sense. Then you're right. That's a good explanation.
I hope you don't hear. I installed that new heater I was talking about in the garage.
No, it's dead quiet.
No.
Okay. So is my heavy breathing. Sorry.
And what type of heater is that you bought, Jim?
It's something I bought it off of Amazon. Sorry. It's about this big by this big. It takes 240 volts, 40 amps, 7,500 watt heater.
It's electric then.
It's
It is electric.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's electric.
Pretty cool. That was a good
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
We-
Yeah, I have a small electric one in my garage. Like I tell you, by New Air, which was a pretty good company. I vetted it out, and it got great reviews. Because some
Yeah,
other
they've been
ones I
around a
read
long time.
about, like lit themselves on fire in the middle of the night.
Mm.
You know, so
Yeah, no, I turn this off at night, but during the day, I turn it on, and it takes about an hour for the garage to get comfortable, and then it's pretty nice. Because I got a big garage; it's 24 by 40 something.
okay,
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's a lot of space.
It's huge for Long Island, John.
That's really
I saw the garage. I was like, I don't care what the rest of the house looks like.
Yeah. I've been busy all week with the move into the new shop.
Mm.
So, $3,500 worth of electrical work.
Oh, man.
Well,
no,
with
you're gonna
the
be set
aquarium
up there,
business, you got to have all of these outlets,
Yeah.
And I kind of learned my lesson. My brother-in-law, who's really good, he did the shop that we're moving out of, but he didn't put enough circuits in, and I wound up having some issues with stuff overheating systems, and
Oh,
it was a pain in the neck. And he cheaped out, and he bought regular, I guess you call them low end, sockets.
Yeah.
And the problem is with all of the relative humidity from having all these aquarium systems running all the time, you get moisture buildup. And I actually had an outlet go on fire about a month ago.
oh shit!
Yeah, it just short circuited itself, started blowing out sparks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the electrician that's doing the work now, he's using these more expensive sockets. They have there's like a plastic membrane in the slots,
Right.
so it makes it harder to put the plug in.
Yeah.
But when there's no plug, it's sealed.
Yeah.
When you're not plugged in, they're sealed. So I had to design it out. I needed I need a lot of circuits. There's about 18 20 amp circuits, and there's about 6 or 8 30 amp circuits, and then there's a couple of 220 volt circuits.
Yeah.
So I set it up in a way that it's pretty much foolproof. Like all of our in the summer when you have to turn these chillers on to cool the tank temperatures down.
Yeah.
They're all on their own. They each has its own circuit, and we used an orange colored outlet, so that's a chiller outlet, not a regular outlet.
Right.
So nobody makes a mistake if they had to plug something in. And then we had to do the same thing. It was like redundant. We had to do the same thing for heaters. So the chillers run in the summertime, the heaters run in the wintertime, and basically spin that meter like a top. But it's not
Yep.
Long Island numbers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's
No,
good.
no, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I have the YouTube page up on the screen. And today is our number 100th. Did I say that right? 100th video on YouTube.
Oh,
Hey,
wow, very cool.
So yeah,
here's the birthday cake.
yeah, we need a birthday
Yeah,
cake.
really?
So listen, we
You
if
need to
anybody's
celebrate.
watching on YouTube or Facebook, if you can go to YouTube, hit the like, share, and the little bell, and subscribe, so you can get notified when we go live. And when we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to go live from events, like if we go to car shows or if I'm at a celebrity's house eating dinner, my feet on the couch,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I can go live. You know what I mean? So we got to get our subscriptions up. So please subscribe, share with your people. And yeah, this is number 100, which we have a lot more. But since I started the YouTube channel, we got 100 on.
That's awesome, man. That's great.
Yep.
That's really good.
We're coming up in the world. So we were talking earlier. We had Monster Garage on Monday. We had
Yeah, I missed it.
Dwayne and his crew. It was 5 of them, and so they all watched it live. It was pretty cool. So we're going to do the same thing on Terry's next Monday. So be
Yeah.
I got a
prepared.
video from Terry today. Did you guys get a video from Terry?
The Pontiac.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that actually a day or two ago. Yeah, he picked up the Le Mans. He's going to turn into a GTO, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
With an
stock
LS.
except but with an LS engine and a tranny and a rear end. So I volunteered I said I knew he's got the LS end covered, but I volunteered to help him out with any of the Pontiac stuff he may
You
need.
should put a 400 or a 455 in that.
You know, you could build a Butler motor, but that ain't what he's
Even
about.
if you're not going to mess around, you could just build a 400 or a 455. He doesn't have to have something that he's going to race. He's got to worry about the bottom end dropping out or anything.
Right.
You know, I mean, I enjoyed my Pontiac motors when I had them. But then
Yeah.
I got a little bit of wisdom. Only because I'm a lead foot and I'm a high rever. You know, you can't do that with a Pontiac unless you spend a lot of money.
I will tell you this though, the motor I built for my car, it's a street motor, and the first couple, I take it out and it feels more to me like a small block now than a bigger bore motor, and it's because of the rods and the new design pistons and the cam profile and the head work that we did. It just revs so much freer and higher. It's not an 8-grand motor, but I've banged the rev limiter a couple times and it was pulling hard. So
How high do you go with it?
I got the rev limiter set mild. I think I got it set at like 5,500, which or maybe it was 6. It might be at 6.
6 is okay. 5,500 is like idling on that.
Yeah, I had it about 6. Well, all the Pontiac packs had red lines set at like 50. That's what I'm thinking. They were all set at like 55. So I'm at 6.
I've had big Pontiac head race motors that they didn't get smooth until about 5,500. Then they go from there.
Yeah, right.
Below 5,500, they idle, and the sound coming out of the pipes is so choppy because the camshaft's so big.
I was in second gear, and the car started breaking up, and I thought I lost the ignition or I lost something, and I went, oh shit! I realized I just backed off. Like, that's the rev limiter.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
Cool.
Maybe I got to bring it up to 65.
Yeah.
So.
Nothing will scare you more if you use a rev limiter on a starting line.
Oh yeah,
Like a drag race. It's a horrible sound.
Right. Yeah, I know.
You stand there and you see flames coming out of the headers.
Yeah.
And it's like, that can't be good for the motor. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
But it's the only way. It's nuts. Unbelievable. So my Firebird's still sitting here.
All right.
Yeah, that was supposed to go.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be mad at the guy. He's busy, and his dad's he's dying of cancer.
Oh God.
Yeah,
That's the worst.
I know. I keep in touch with him. It pops down to like 125 pounds. It's not. He doesn't have long to go, so I feel bad. But he promised he's going to get it in maybe this weekend. Which would be awesome.
I know from my own experiences and other people's experiences, sometimes when you go through something like that, you need a project to
Yeah.
just dig yourself into and disconnect from everything else.
Right.
I do.
Well, it's
That's
at
my
that.
method.
I could do this. I could cut the quarter panels off this car and spot weld on the other ones, but I don't want to get involved in it. I would rather have a professional body guy do it.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do other things while he's got the car. He's gonna make sure that the gaps on the doors to the quarters and the rocker are right on the money.
Yeah.
He's gonna prep. He's gonna pull the doors off. He's gonna prep the rockers, prep the door jams, and get all of that stuff pre-done. So when he gives it back to me, I can do my chassis stuff and then move on. So yeah, I'm just kind of hanging on that deal. But it's not a bad thing. There's a couple of little things I can do, and I've been really busy doing this shop move, and I'm trying to push to get it finished by the middle of next week, because then I want to bring the Black Firebird to that shop.
Right.
Get it out of here, which will give me a lot more room to work on this car when it comes back, because I got to do the chassis work. I'm going to put the car on a rotisserie for a while and make my life easier. Instead of crawling around up inside and upside down, I can do things with the car sideways.
And you're going to post those videos on YouTube so we can all watch it, right?
Yeah. Once I get the car back with the 70 body panels, I will start posting stuff.
Good.
I'll start from the beginning, from the day we pick the car up, so people will see the progression or the regression from
What kind of camera
an
do you use?
81 down to a 70.
What type of camera do you use for your video work, John?
Most of the stuff I do right on my iPhone, or I have a couple of GoPros.
All right.
And I have that. Oh man, what do you call it? From DJI, that handle that holds your phone. It's like a Steadicam deal.
Yes.
Gimbal.
Yeah, right. It's a gimbal mount, and I made an adapter that'll hold the GoPro on that also.
Good.
So you can walk around with a GoPro and not get the shakes.
Cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I'm probably going to bring that with me to SEMA this year.
Yeah.
You could put a lot of time on a GoPro before the battery goes down and the card fills. It's a lot easier to do GoPro stuff than it is to I find than it is to do the iPhone video.
I'm going to show you a GoPro bag. Show you.
Oh yeah.
This got
I have so many adapters and suction cup mounts and a thing that goes on the head. It's like ridiculous.
That's what this is.
Oh yeah, I need that.
Yeah, it has all the different suctions, and it ain't no joke.
There's I saw it on Facebook in one of the ads.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy who's he's computer printing GoPro mounts that will clamp to roll bar tubes.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Any size tube, you tell them what it is, and it's
the
material is flexible enough. It's only got that one slot. If you get the GoPro stuff, they don't actually make it for specific like roll cage tubing, and it's two pieces you have to screw together, and usually you have to put like a piece of rubber in there to kind of lock it in.
Yeah.
He makes it specifically, and it's computer printed one piece, and it's flexible. So you take out the wing nut handle and you just give it a twist, and you put it around the tube, and then you put it back in.
Nice.
And it
That's
tightens right up. Yeah. He made it out of a flexible vinyl. Yeah, and it has the 3 slots that your GoPro will mount right into. So I think I'm going to pick a couple of those up. And I have 2 mounts that we put up here in the garage when we filmed that very first video of us taking apart the 81. So I have those mounts. I left them. So when I start working on this car, I'll probably throw the 2 GoPros up and turn those on, and then I'll just go back in and edit that stuff later.
Yeah.
I need to get some pointers from Terry about it. Also, the other thing I need to do is and Terry would know, I need to find a licensed music source.
Oh, yeah.
so I can put background in
Or
there.
open source, something that's open source.
Yeah. Well, you can get subscriptions
Right.
where they have a litany of stuff, and you can just take whatever you want.
It's called can't think of the name of it.
You get a Biden moment there.
Yeah.
I get them all the time.
I don't know. It'll come to me before we get off.
All right. I'm sure if I do an internet search, SoundCloud. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Now I know.
But if you can put any music on, as long as you put whose music it is in the description.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It's like Facebook seems to have a problem with. YouTube seems to have a problem with that stuff all the time.
Yeah, if you put it in the description who the music is by.
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
We did a short little thing around Christmas with an Adam 12 clip, and they gigged us on that.
Really?
It was some other, and our thought is always, hey, we're going to put the stuff up. If they stop us, they'll stop us, and we'll stop. And if not, let it go.
I get it all the time. Sometimes I'll be driving. I have one of those WeatherTech cup phone holders.
Yeah.
Which are awesome.
Oh yeah, I have one in my car.
So a lot of times I'll be driving the truck and a really cool song will come on. So I'll flip on the phone and turn it around and it looks at the radio and I'll record, 10, 15 seconds of a specific song that it's like, cool. Then later on when I get out of the truck, I'll make a post and it'll be up for an hour. And then I get the message from Facebook about copyright.
Yeah.
You don't have permission for this. And then they ask you, do you have permission? And I go, yes. I always click yes. I don't have permission.
Right.
and then they let it go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why don't you people get real jobs?
It's a computer. That's why.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I know. You can't fight with a computer. But you can't fight with Facebook, period.
No, they for real.
When you when you post something that they don't like, that whatever their metric is that says you're a bad guy, they give you two choices. But you can never explain the reason that you said what you said.
Yeah.
They don't give you that choice. They give you the choice to delete it, or they say you can, say, okay, we'll look at it again. And every time I do that, look at it again, they always come back and say, nah, you're a jackass.
John, you should know. It's just like having like a wife tell you something. Like you can't fight it, you can't rebut it, you can't change it. You got to just do what they say.
Yep.
Or else.
Hey, I'm going to try to put on a video. I want to see if the sound comes through.
Cool, go for it.
So guys, let me know. Let's see here. Maybe not. Hold on.
Did you guys hear that Sonny Leonard passed away?
Yeah.
I did hear that.
What a shame.
Can you guys hear that?
No.
No. Oh, wait.
Just video, no audio.
This is the Ring Brothers. I did their unveiling.
Oh, cool. When was that, Louis?
This is at SEMA, 2014, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
See that sexy guy right there? Woo!
Yeah, I saw that guy.
This guy is out of Cincinnati, and he had the Ring Brothers build this car. It's a Chevelle. It's called Recoil, 1,000 horse, 66.
Nice. Anything
It's
those
a beast.
guys build is good.
How's the video look?
Looks great.
Yeah. Video's good.
How come sound never comes through though? I wonder why.
Yeah, I gotta research and see why the sound don't come through.
You can hear it on your end?
Yeah, I can hear it in my headphones. Yep.
That's strange. Maybe it's just because screen share is strictly for screen, not for video audio.
Yeah.
Well, that could be. It's only taking what's on your screen, not necessarily the sound.
Now I think I can. There's something here where I can.
Outlaw Edge said he never heard of the Ring Brothers.
Wow.
Oh man, dude, you gotta Google
search.
them.
Do a YouTube search on those guys.
Yeah.
Search. Oh my God.
These dudes ain't playing. Did you guys see the RV that they built?
Everything, and they have a huge line of stuff that you can buy for your own vehicle. But
Did you see
they're not shy with the price.
Did you see the Winnebago they built?
Yeah.
I think it runs like in the high nines, quarter mile.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's fast enough.
Jeez.
It's like a 1965 or something.
Yeah.
You know, the one with the front, the flat front end.
Yep. Like the one from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. These guys ain't no joke. I'm gonna have them on the show too. I'm gonna go to Wisconsin and take a tour of their place. Maybe this
Ooh,
summer
cool.
if COVID opens up.
It'll be here for a while. Look at that car.
I'll tell you what, it's no joke.
Yeah.
None of the stuff they do is a joke, man. Every inch of the car is thought out.
Yep.
Look at that
And the
flying
littlest-
buttresses.
Yeah. The littlest details are paid great attention to.
Right. That's their whole thing. And
Yeah.
they do it, and they do stuff in a subtle way, you know, like moving the bumper in.
And like flush mount
And
the windshield in the
shrinking
back.
it.
Yeah, they flush mount those windshields. And your eye, you're seeing something, but you don't always know what it is.
Yeah.
Look at that air intake. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
these
what is
guys,
the
are,
lead head
these
for the
guys
hood?
are metal geniuses.
Yeah. Wow.
They've got CNC machinery, 5-axis mills. These guys have the tools.
Yeah. They manufacture their own wheels too. Those wheels on that car are theirs.
I like their billet hood hinges.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're no joke. Those mirrors are cameras.
Oh,
Really?
Yep. They're actually monitors, and then the cameras they're mounted under the mirror. It's pretty slick. Yeah, it was a nice car. Actually, I did a full article in All Ins magazine. You can go check it out too, of all the photo. You know, we got a lot of photos and the details on it, specs.
that's cool.
Yep.
You know, it's cool that they do. Well, not only them, but a lot of these other custom builders, especially guys that go on those car show tours, they do a painstakingly great job of hiding wires and hoses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very true.
I tried to do some of that on a Killer Camaro,
I tried to.
but it's hard. Very hard.
It is. I tried to, and
Yeah.
some stuff you just. I mean, the whole engine
There's
wiring.
things that just don't work. You know,
It's got to go from the firewall up to the. I mean, you got one that comes up your fender to power the lights. I mean, now you can hide behind the fender. You can get away with that one a little bit, but
right. It's
know,
the engine stuff.
yeah, the engine wiring is tough.
You know, and these guys they do a lot of stuff with fuel injection.
Yeah,
I did fuel injection on that Camaro, and there's like 8 cables coming out of the fuel injection unit. It's like,
Right.
how do you hide that stuff?
have you heard from Rocco recently?
Yeah, I just spoke to him yesterday, as a matter of fact.
What's he done to the car? Anything?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He's so busy. He's so
Wow.
slammed with Pennsylvania snow.
Yeah.
So the body shop is kicking. And
Wow.
2 of the guys that work for him came down with COVID.
Oh,
So
jeez.
they were literally out for like 5 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. So that put a kibosh on a lot of stuff. But he says it looks like he's going to have time to get his best body guy on it, because he went out and put like, I want to hit him in the head. He went out and bought all new sheet metal.
Really?
When he got instead of really checking this car out before he shipped it to me, he waited and had me tell him, the rear body panel, the lower splash pan on this thing, it's loaded with Bondo. It's like, really? I'm like, yeah, look, here's a picture of it. While it's on the rotisserie. They go, look, you can see where they forgot to sand it. And he's like, oh, God. So he's changing both quarter panels. He's changing the rear body panel. He bought new fenders, and he's got new door skins.
The bus just pulled in. Everybody got off.
There you go.
The N32 just arrived.
We had to push that LS up the hill.
Oh,
There you go. Those 56 Chevys get heavy in the snow.
Yeah,
here we go.
we were having a discussion about power plants for a certain Le Mans GTO before you got here.
Brother, that car should have a 400 or a 455. I don't care.
No,
And I have
Seriously.
one of each under my workbench in the garage.
no.
Yeah.
You can't live in the past. No. It's gotta have an LS.
Well, you can.
It's gotta have an LS. It's gotta have an LS.
LS6.
It's okay, Ray. It's okay, man. We love you. Don't worry.
So easy to make like 600 horsepower.
You know what that car needs? I'll tell you exactly what that car needs.
Tell me.
That car needs well,
You go to John's chassis shop for chassis work?
No. What was that Corvette engine that had the really huge valve covers that looked like a Hemi almost?
Hmm.
That's not the Ram. The Ram heads. What's it called?
Nah, there was a late model Corvette that had very large valve covers on it. What LS motor is that?
Why? Why did it have?
I don't know. For some reason, they just looked larger than normal, almost like a Hemi valve cover.
Was it a ZL1 or something?
ZL1, I think.
L1.
Yeah, that's probably what you're probably thinking of some like ZL1 or either like a ZR1
ZR1.
Yeah, big and fat.
or like one of those.
A lot of room between those wheel wells.
You probably think of that Hennessy Corvette back in the day. That
Maybe that's what it was.
Those were the C4s.
Yeah, that was
The Hennessy
drunk.
stuff. Those and the Greenwoods and
Greenwood. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
Well, Greenwood was known for the body stuff, for the body.
For the body flares. I'm trying to think. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
And SLP was doing stuff back then.
Hennessy. Is it a Hennessy Corvette? No, it was weird looking, where it had the holes in the front hood, like it was like a C3 Corvette. C4. Sorry, C4 Corvette, and it had the weird. I forget the name of it. I don't know, but no, that Le Mans it talked to me. It was talking to me, and it said, "You know what?"
Talking to me when I watched the video.
Yeah, me too.
It said, "Terry, take me home and you know,
And I got a bone to pick with you. What do you got against Krager SST wheels? Those things are worth money.
Well, he can sell them.
I got a set for sale if you're interested."
Right. They
Dude,
look
I
like
had
they're in
them on
good
my
shape.
Firebird before I did the narrowed rear.
Oh,
When he first came out? Let me tell you something. I went to car shows with that, and people were like, "Whoa, what are those wheels, man?"
Well, you can relive those days again. You know, I gotta say,
They don't make them wide enough.
that's the problem. If those were, I will admit, back in the late '80s, those were the wheels to have.
Hell yeah.
But you're talking about when they were like 14-inch wheels, 15-inch wheels.
I had 15 7s in the front and 15 10s in the back.
So, Terry, let me ask you. You mentioned in the video you were thinking about doing mini tubs,
Yes.
but are you? I mean, I'm curious why. Because with a 17-inch wheel or an 18-inch wheel, you can go with a wide tire on those cars.
Yeah.
Well, I like an 18-inch. I would do an 18-inch.
Yeah.
But the way I figure it is, if I get the urge to go like 18-12s and not have an issue, because what I would do is, like, once the frame is out, like, matter of fact, on my 67 Chevelle, let's take that for instance. I'm going to cut it to a certain point, like on the rear wheel, on the rear where that hump is, like in the back of the frame.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, those frames are a C channel, a small C channel over a bigger one.
Right.
So if you loosen that, cut it, loosen it, and move it in, it would be a clean look. You of course have to gusset it on the other ends, but it would be a clean look. And so that's what I'm going to do on my 67 Chevelle, because 67 Chevelle, I'm not sure. Matter of fact, you would be the guy to ask, Frank. What's it called? If that would, what's the biggest wheel we could put on there? GTO is pretty much the same car.
I was just going to say though that it'll be a nice, clean look in a place that no one's ever going to see it.
Right.
So,
No, but even still, it would be clean and it would be easy. It's easier than to grind it off and have to put a plate in, and it would be cheap. It would be a cheap thing when you think about it.
I'm trying to remember. And
breaking that C channel apart is going to be the difficult part.
That's going to be the difficult part. But
because that stuff, that steel, that's tough steel. That's not just soft stuff.
Yeah. To answer your question, Terry, I think right now I'm running 285/50 17s on my A body, and I have room behind them, and I can put my hand between the tire and the outer, the wheel.
Well, let me ask you this though: what wheel do you have?
What was that?
Vid Wheel Works. They're 17-inch.
They're 17-inch, but by how wide?
I'm gonna find out for sure because I bought the wheels and tires mounted. And they're either 9.5 or 10.
You're 9.5 or 10? On that Chevelle, I mean, that car just screams a big wheel in the back.
Yeah.
Needs a big wheel, yeah.
It screams a big wheel in the back. So I think I could probably get away with it. But the thing is that I would also, like bend the lip up so I get a little bit more.
Yeah, you see, my lip isn't bent. My lip is straight, and I have the molding on there, and it fits, which made me very happy. Not have to mangle that like I used to.
I like the molding on cars like that.
Yeah, and I tell you, once I put that on, man, it made on the fresh paint, it popped.
Yeah, a little video. But it was really cool because when I went up there twice. I went up there one time. It was after that snowstorm, like maybe a month ago. You remember the last snowstorm we had?
Yeah.
I went up there a couple of days afterwards. I went up there that Saturday. I think it snowed Thursday, something like that. I went up to that Saturday. Or Wednesday snowed, I don't know. And I told the lady who I didn't tell. I said, yeah, I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, the car.
Oh, okay.
So I'm up there, and yeah, and she, her son's not home. Her son's in the military.
Right.
And she told me the whole story. I got to get this car out of here because if not, it's got to go to the junkyard. And she says, I got a couple people coming to look at it, whatever, such and such, right? And so I was like, well, I like to come back in here when there's no snow on the ground because that thing, it was buried. It was buried and it was on a hill. Right in front of the house is on a hill. And then, then you got to turn and it drops. And then you got to turn. And so I didn't even know how I was going to get this car out. But then I left.
Didn't get the car up there to begin with.
Well, it drove. The car
drove it in, yeah.
15.
Yeah.
The car was a driving car. And so what I did was I went back up there the following, I guess maybe was it last week? Yeah, I had about a week last, not this past Saturday before. And I went up there and I went back and apparently she talked to her son because she said, yeah, this guy came over here. He said, well, who, I guess they were talking. He said, yeah, he's got videos on Facebook and all this. And he goes, what's his name? And he says, Terry. And she goes, Coverman 66? And she goes, I don't know. He just says his name is Terry. And he sent the picture. Does he look like this? He said, yeah, that's exactly the guy. And the son was like, then let him have the car, Mom. Just give him the car. Don't even charge him. Tell everyone the car's gone. If he wants that car, just give it to him. Because I was following him, and I'd rather see it go to him instead of getting a couple of dollars and go somewhere else that isn't going to give it the attention.
Nice.
So when I went up there, my son says to give you the car. And I was just like, that's nice of you, but I got to give you something for the car. I cannot take this car. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to try and do a screen share here.
So I was just like, here you go. She signed it on over to me. And then what happened was we couldn't get that car out because even though I put an air pump, the one side, the driver's side tire, it was off the bead. So it wasn't catching air, and it wasn't going in fast enough for me to do one of those numbers like push the run. So
nice.
That's You really can't see the space that's there, but
That's pretty thick.
that's a 285 5017.
It's not like they go 305 and 335 or something.
There's
Like that.
What tire is that?
Those are M&H Race Masters,
I'm about to say that looks like a grab radio.
Cheater slick action there, huh?
which now have one of them is a little thin. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
yeah,
That looks good.
Nice rear end, Ray. Nice rear.
Yeah.
we're trying to keep up with John. We got to have a good looking rear end.
There you go. Good looking rear.
Some of the theme.
There was a guy that was just driving a tractor in the street. He was driving like a John Deere in the street, and
There you go.
I moved. I didn't think I would need him, but I had moved the garbage can because he was stuck, and I was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll just move this garbage can." I moved the garbage can for him, and take care. Nice meeting you. Whatever.
Come
An hour
back.
An hour later, I'm knocking on his door. I say, "Yo, man, could you do me a favor?" The truck guy was ready to leave. He was just like, "There's no way in hell I can get my car up that hill, my truck up that hill. We're gonna have to bring this car down."
Yeah.
And he was fixing to leave, and I was like, "Hold on one second. Let me get one more ditch effort." And I talked to the guy. His guy's name was Steve, and he's like, "I'll be right there." He brought his John Deere and pushed the front end, and the brakes broke loose, and down it went, and cut the wheel, and onto the truck.
Right.
Very cool.
That's how I got it.
So I
And,
tell you something you need to add to that little arsenal of items you said you bring to the site.
what's that?
You need to go to Matco Man Brian and have him get you that air can with that funky nozzle on it that you pre-fill, and it
This
blows in that shot of air and knocks the tire back on the
That's the
feet.
tire back on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brian will get you that.
Yeah, you need a.
I gotta talk to him, but he might be a little sour because it's gonna go on the GM, not a Ford.
No, that's
Yeah,
all
you
it's
gotta bring
done.
yourself-
Don't worry.
You got to bring some of this Pyroil starting fluid.
And a match.
Well, here's
Create
the-
a fire, and you get one of those electronic lighters for the barbecue.
Yeah.
And like you go like this, boom, blow that thing right onto the rim.
Well, here's the thing. I'm looking at it. I think it's a 350 Pontiac with a 2-barrel. And the kid took the
Probably.
Yeah, the kid took the carburetor off to try to rebuild it. It's in the back seat, and that's when he got a little sour with the car and just let it sit.
Ah.
But he says if you put that carburetor back on, that car will start.
Except for squirrels that climbed into the intake.
That's what I'm saying. So I didn't try to start that engine up, but I don't even know if I'm going to even bother with it. But I mean, I'm going
Have
to see
you
if I
tried
can.
to crank it to move it yet?
Nah, I
Turn it
didn't-
over.
it's been too cold to do anything like that.
Oh,
Yeah. See, that's why you got to live in Florida.
Listen,
Yeah,
I was out 2 a.m. New Year's morning working on a car. I've been out there 2 days in a row fixing coolant leaks. I'm like,
Hey,
I'm a
Always
tell you,
something.
I need a car in my garage and heat.
it is colder. I will say this: it is colder up by you,
Yeah,
and you have had more snow.
no point. No point to even go out there and try to. No, no.
We've had cold weather down here too,
Oh,
Yeah.
stop!
like 45 degrees in the morning.
My two sister-in-laws were just up from Florida. I had to hear from both of them. Like, listen, go back to the fucking Sunshine State, stick up your ass.
I don't
They
miss
both
New York
left, I
for a
said goodbye.
second. I'm sorry. Other than the bagels, some of the other food.
Oh,
Hey,
they
we can
love
bring
me.
you bagels.
We all had a big, we had a big lunch yesterday, and then they were digging. I said to my one brother-in-law, and I said, "Hey, Sunshine State." I said, "Yeah, I know you're not getting food like this down there." And he's a gavone. He's like, "Oh, I'm storing it up. I'm like, "It ain't gonna work. You're gonna shit it out. It'll be over."
You can find it here. You got to look for it.
What were they saying they couldn't find? There was
It's not like living on Long Island or in New York where every corner or every couple of blocks you're going to find stuff that's awesome.
my
Here,
sister
you got to
worked.
do a little searching, and the ones that you find are people that came from Brooklyn,
Well,
from the
my sister was telling me she couldn't find clams on a half shell where she is. She couldn't. There's no clams. They get oysters because we got oysters
Really?
galore, but no clams. I'm like,
Tampa's
really?
got all of that stuff.
And they're in, Wiki Wachi.
Oh, that's up north.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by Clearwater. But she said you can't get clams. They get
That's
oysters.
way above Clearwater.
Yeah, oh, that's what she said. But she said they get oysters all over the place, but not clams. I'm like, all right.
That's weird.
Hey guys, I got some info on the small wheel brake situation for the
Uh-oh.
Cadillac.
Oh, cool. What'd you find?
Well, I found that the guys that are running 13-inch rims, what they're doing is they're buying offset 13-inch wheels.
Wheel adapters.
No. They're offset wheels.
Okay.
Where it's opposite of.
They're moving them out.
It's got almost no backspace.
Yeah,
it's
offset.
clear for the caliper.
Right.
Yep, and they're also narrowing the rear ends like 1.5 inches on both sides.
Right. So you can use an offset wheel.
Still
and then
keep it
you bring
under.
back in. Yeah.
Yep.
you bring it
Well,
back in.
Louis, you
So
know,
basically, if you get underneath the car, you're going to see the caliper literally hanging out.
Right.
Mhm.
I sent you those
Like
pictures, Louis.
like a Jaguar inboard brake almost.
That's what. Yeah. To be honest
Yeah.
with you. Well, no, you don't want independent suspension. You can't on what you're looking to do.
No.
that'd be awfully cool though.
You need a lever. You need a lever arm.
So,
Yeah.
Louis, you know you got my brakes if you need them, man.
Yeah. No, I was just saying we had talked about it, and that's what the guys are doing with the 13s. But I'm still going to go with the 15s because I want a better ride. You know what I mean? I don't want to be
Yeah,
13s would be a bad ride.
Yeah, it's cool because you see Outlaw Edge right there, my man Arco. What's it called? He's going to be coming up and he's going to help me get that body straight on that GTO. I'm calling it a GTO.
Hey, Arco, I need you to come to Ohio first and hit my roof.
Arco, and I said in the video, and Heidi, she's going to come make some breakfast burritos.
Yeah,
Cool.
Now, they're cool peoples.
yeah, they are. Yep, they post some nice stuff, man.
No, you see that car that he's building?
Yeah,
Rogue?
I'm gonna bring it up. Let's see.
Yeah, he's a hand-built car.
Get out of here.
It makes you looking at it. It makes you want to do something like that. You know what I mean? It makes you really inspired.
Yeah, go to Outlaw's Edge website and check him out. Check out all his stuff, man. This man, he's a survivalist. He's like a metal fabricator, and he just, you know how some people just make things look easy. He just slaps metal. The next thing you know, it's straight. A little slap spoon, you know.
I'm good at bending it up.
Yeah. See, look at him. Yeah, he's definitely the man.
Yeah.
It takes talent to use a shot bag.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
You know.
He's got his little English wheel.
Right.
And he also told me that we're done if I get rid of that Le Mans. He says, don't trash that car. If you do, we're done.
You have a color in mind, Terry, for that car?
You see, this is the plans for that car. I'm going to put it into, you ever see the new GTO, well, a 2006 GTO color called Brazen Orange?
Yes.
It's almost like the atomic orange on the Corvette, the C5 Corvettes.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I want to have Tammy mix me up a special orange, something along that lines. And I already got the name for it. I'm going to call it Judge Coverman. I'm going to make it Yo Judge.
Yeah, you were saying in the video, right?
And Ed Beard says that he'd be more than happy to do the airbrushing where it says, you know how it had the funky font, the Judge?
Right.
Yeah.
Judge Coverman.
There you go.
You know, gotta do something different. He says, and of course, Ed, I love Ed Beard. He cracks me up. He says, I was like, yeah, we could just put a little pinstripe, like the stripe, like the true GTOs. And I was like, no. That stripe's got to say something.
Well,
you got to do something different with that stripe. It's got to tell a story. And I
I
was
say
like,
do the Judge stripes.
that's what I wanted to do. But he was just like, no, we're going to do the Judge stripes, but we're going to put things in there where people be like, oh, okay.
All right. Do it in colors that contrast to that orange.
Exactly. I told you, because you know what he wanted to do on my Trailblazer? He wanted to go nuts on my Trailblazer with an airbrush on that. I said to him, Ed, this is my everyday car. Like you be putting murals on cars. I can't be driving this and parking this like in a shopping center. And no, so I was like, no, this one's the car. And I was like, go nuts on it. Whatever you want to do, Ed. There he is. That's the car. That's one of them anyways.
That's like a 30-degree windshield rake.
That's so cool. Yeah, look at that.
That thing looks hammered.
D56, D56.
Literally hammered.
That's so great.
Yeah, that's Rogue. And that's the car that's supposed to be going to SEMA.
Wow, look at that roof line, huh?
Yeah, it's a beautiful car.
Yeah, it's all scratch from scratch too.
Wow.
That takes a lot of patience.
Should get a good picture of it up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome, that guy. And we were supposed to meet up at SEMA, and we were going to kick it, man. I was looking forward to that. We had Ray out there.
I know, Ray. You got to go, man.
Yeah.
Ray needs a sponsor.
SEMA is.
No, I'm sure Ray can get out there if he wants.
Yeah.
Ray knows too many people not to be able to get out there for a ticket.
Yeah, right.
And then you could do the radio show live.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Well, we're gonna do live broadcast from Nelson's booth, and I think we're gonna do something with Trolleys, Jack from Trolleys too.
Cool.
So we got some plans if they have it. They're better, man. I'm fiending.
I got to make sure I stick closer to where you guys hang out.
Yeah, I saw John for about 20 minutes. I was like, John, where you going?
I didn't even see it all. I looked for him.
No, he called me. Someone was hanging in the MagnaFlow.
I did some mileage last time I was at SEMA.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of stuff to see. I had a list. I had a list of people I had to talk to for the Firebird.
Yeah, you were on a mission.
Yeah, I was on a big mission.
But if you think about it, man, can you imagine this? If SEMA happens this year, you realize how crazy it will be?
Yeah, it's gonna be double wild.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe a good year not to go.
There it is. That's where.
Wow. Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, it's no joke.
That's all metal?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I mean, those sculpted sharp lines look like look like plastic.
No, look, that's the metal right there.
There you go.
That's very nice.
Well, he's just like me, cardboard, baby.
Yeah.
Cardboard
Yeah.
is Tin Man's best friend.
Oh yeah.
Marco, look at my man do his thing.
Yeah.
Yep, gauge wheel. Gotta have the gauge wheel.
Yep.
Hey, Arco, I need you to do some research for me on my Cadillac windows. It had a half vinyl, and I took the vinyl off. I'm not replacing it, but I can't find the trim. So I want to actually mold in around the windows. You have any ideas?
How big is that car? Because right there it looks smaller than I envisioned it.
That car is.
It's like a Porsche Speedster size.
Okay, so it is smaller. Okay.
I think it's a long car. I think it's pretty long.
In
At
that
first, I thought it was a
the
bigger.
size of a Porsche Speedster.
At first I pictured it like a Zephyr or something like that length, but now it looks smaller.
Well, he's in the chat room. He'll answer in a minute.
Okay, he'll answer in a second. Arco, how long is that car? And I know that it's very short. I mean, it's like you would think it's like maybe up to your shoulders. I think it's to your waist. You drop down on the car.
You mean height-wise, not length?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, height.
How tall is it, man?
There he is.
45 inches tall. That thing's short.
17 feet long. Okay, so it is long.
Wow, man. My freaking Trans Am is 16 feet. That's big.
That is big.
My Cadillac is 18 feet, so yeah, it's pretty long.
Right, that's a big
Wow.
car.
Holy cow.
He's like, hook up to your belly button.
Yeah.
Arco, you want to come on screen?
Look at all those hammers.
Oh, he's no joke, man. That guy.
Serious.
He's no joke.
Yeah, it's,
I got a drawer full of hammers, and I grabbed like 2 of them for any.
I
given
just replaced my favorite one. Put
Yeah.
a handle on my favorite one.
What was your favorite one, Brian?
Oh, this just old. It's just a regular flat with a pick.
Oh, body hammer. Okay.
Body hammer. Yeah, I just put a new. And I don't know. The other one wasn't really that bad, but it was like really shaky.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hadn't changed it. I hope I didn't change my hitting ability.
That body hammer would be great if you took that pick end and slammed it into somebody's head.
Now, relax.
So violent, man. What's wrong? with
Yeah,
you?
patience,
This
young
is
man.
Paulo, this is playing in traffic. Come on.
They threw him out of the Capitol. He's a little upset about that.
About what?
They threw you out of the Capitol.
They didn't throw me out of the Capitol. I wasn't.
No, Facebook. Hey,
No, I'm back on. I'm legit now. I did my penance. 30 seconds.
Marco, I just put the link in the chat room, so you just click on the link.
Yeah.
Or I wonder if you can through there.
No, I just it's on the YouTube string.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a legit link. You can click it.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I caught myself buying a whole bunch of hammers myself, man. Every time I go somewhere, I see a hammer. I'm like, oh, I think I can use that.
Yeah, I picked some up the other day. We haven't had that many yard sales or flea markets, but
Yeah.
I hit a couple the other. It was 2 weekends ago, I think. It was kind of nice, and the guy had a couple boxes of stuff laying around. Like I found some more garbage, but never know.
Just saw a video tonight in my YouTube stream. It was some guy from Texas with deal with tools, and what he was showing the video was how to repurpose your old junk screwdrivers. And what he showed was, pulling the some of them have nice plastic and soft grip handles, and he was jamming them on files. I'm like, hey, that was pretty good. And then he heated a couple more and made seal picks out of them. Like, yeah, that's a good idea.
How did he get the screwdriver out of the handle?
Some of them are pressed in.
You clamp it in a vise and you hit the handle down. That's all you got to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you have any old Snap-on
Hey,
ones,
can you guys hear me?
they can.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome.
If you have
Come on,
any
man.
old
Thanks for letting me
Snap-on
come
ones
on
or
the show.
Craftsman ones, the handles come
I don't know
off.
how long my battery will last.
Oh,
on
I
the
didn't know
phone.
that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. You're always welcome, bro. You can come hang out with us anytime.
My car Rogue that you guys were talking about, it's 17 foot long. It's 45 inches tall, and it comes up to my belly button. And it's like an old Bugatti style car that we're building, and we're kind of like doing it in the anti hot rod fashion. I wanted something with high horsepower, but airbags where I could lay it on the ground. It's laid all the way down in the pictures you guys were looking at.
That's cool.
And it's got Lamborghini doors. They open straight up.
That's what I was getting ready to
Suicide
ask you about the
Lamborghini on it and
doors.
stuff. It's pretty wild.
Nice.
What kind of motor?
Nice.
It's a Cheney Performance is doing a 622 horse small block for it.
There you go.
It'll be a
Hold on a
straight.
second, wait a second before. Hold on a sec, John. Don't get too feeling too good.
Uh-oh.
We were thinking about putting the LS in that thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
the
thinking
thing is-
about didn't quite happen, did it?
Word.
No, the thing is with the LS is we wanted to do the LS, but when I was talking to Cheney, he's like, I already started the motor, started putting it together and everything. And he goes, honestly, if I'm going to sponsor your motor, this is what it's got to be. And I'm like, you know what? Hey, it's free. I'm not going to complain, man. Do
Yeah.
Right.
My
what
God.
you got to do.
This close, though. This close.
Yep.
Sweet.
Next year, the next one, because I already got another car already half built, and it's like a 1937 style Delahaye. It's a
Nice.
boat tail speedster, and that one's in my body shop right now. And as soon as Rogue is finished up, I'm gonna finish up on that one and try to get it all finished up. So it'll be pretty sick too.
Well, Terry, I'll be tapping you because after I get the black one done, I want to build a second motor for it, and I want to do a twin turbo LS.
I don't know now.
I just think it would be really cool to have, besides the giant big block that I could pull it out. And
Only if it
You
goes
got
in a 56 Chevy.
with motor plates, you can swap engines in and out easily. I think I would like to do a twin turbo LS with fuel injection.
Dave's out from Tennessee
So,
and Nashville and all that, and we just barely got back from vacation. And my buddy called me. He's like, "I didn't know you guys were in Tennessee." And I said, "Babe, we need to go back to Tennessee because my friend of mine gave me a motor." And she's like, "I ain't driving all the way back to Tennessee." And I said, "It's free and it's a big block Chevy." She goes, "When do you want to leave?"
Awesome.
she's a keeper.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
she's
Yeah,
total
she-
gearhead, bro. Total gearhead.
I I keep telling him, yo, just swing a little to the east, you know. Come on, swing
Little, yeesh.
A little northeast.
but if
A
he's
little.
come on back to the east and go back on up. Just do like a half circle.
Yeah, we're up in we're on the Canadian border in Big Falls, Minnesota. Right. We're on the Minnesota side. Right in almost into Canada. So.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
it gets
I saw
cold
your-
up here.
Yeah, I saw your post where it was 35 below or whatever.
I think the
was like,
coldest we
yeah.
ever seen it here was 65 below.
Wow.
Yikes!
Oh my
No.
God.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all right,
ridiculous, man. It's awesome though. And I moved here from California,
Oh,
Wow.
you were a glutton for punishment.
Stockton, California.
Yeah.
My old man
Yeah.
lives about 4 houses behind me, so I came back here to visit him, and I was headed to Alaska, and I met Heidi, and well, that's about how far I got right there.
Uh-oh. She put it on you, huh?
That must have been some good heat.
Yeah, that was the breakfast burritos that got him. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Lewis, what were you saying on your car though? The part you're looking for is above the windows.
Yeah, it's on the side windows, and the back window has the frame
I
around
can't
it.
hear Lewis.
Can you hear me? Testing, Mike, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't hear him.
All right, somebody gotta tell them what I'm saying.
All right, can you hear me, Arco?
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
It's the frame around the side back
No,
windows
I don't hear him, bro. I don't have no.
Okay. And he's saying that it's the frame around the side back windows
and
Yeah.
the back window.
and the back window.
So
Huh.
mine had
'Cause
the
I have a buddy of mine that's in Texas. He's one of the Rumble Cats in Texas, and he's got a whole bunch of Cadillac parts. And maybe I can get a hold of him, Sid, and talk to him and see if he can hook us up with some caddy parts, whatever you need. So if you want to, you got my number and stuff. So shoot me some text and some pictures and whatever you need, and then we'll go
Okay.
from there.
all right, cool.
Because
He said
I
cool.
don't have any. I mean, we got Cadillac parts in our junkyard, but we don't have any full Cadillacs. They don't last very long, you know.
Right. Well, hey Terry, tell him I was gonna mold in the
I
window.
feel like I should know sign language.
Yeah, I'm gonna interpret for him. He said that he's gonna mold in the side windows. That was you gonna do, Lewis? You're
Yeah.
gonna mold it in.
I was thinking about it if I couldn't find the trim.
He said if he couldn't find the trim, he was gonna mold in the side windows. I guess side windows.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I
the
got
back.
you. Yeah. Yep.
But if he has a friend, Lewis, that like maybe he could just cut a roof off and just.
Yeah, and I actually have. What year's your Cadillac, bro?
77.
77.
Okay, because I got some buddies up in Badette too. It just dawned on me in Badette, Minnesota, and they have some junked Cadillacs, a couple wrecked ones, and they're about that year. I'll find out what year those are from Paco, and I'll ask
Man.
what year they are. And if that's the case, if I have to, we could do like what Terry was talking about, just cut the windows out or cut the whole top off, whatever you need, man.
Yeah, I do need the
The
roof.
cars are totaled, but there's a lot of parts on them, you know.
Yeah, I need a roof because
But you'll have to get a hold of me and send me a text, or give me a
Right.
call, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. So Lewis, he'll send you a text and everything,
Cool.
and maybe even a picture. Lewis, would that work?
Yeah.
He'll send you a
That
picture.
would help.
So yeah.
Yep.
It's so weird that he could hear us, but he can't hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear everybody else.
You heard that, John? Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah. So we get the camera.
I'm sending it right now.
He's hey, Arco. He said he's sending it right now. He says not even.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm
Hey,
gonna
well,
bail
we
because
got-
I gotta get
well,
up late. I gotta go early
I
tomorrow.
just be home a little bit. She's got a
Good
whole
Okay,
bunch of
Jim.
crap to unload. So
See you
Okay,
guys.
Jim. Take care.
I gotta let
Be
the
safe.
baby out and all that good stuff. So, but maybe next week I'll try to come back on the show, brother, and I'll do it on the laptop. That way, I got it's hard to do on my phone, man, because my eyes are all messed up from welding all day. I can barely see you guys. So
Let me tell you
Well,
something. I hope
well,
I don't
I
have my
hope
glasses on.
what
man.
happens to me doesn't happen to you. Because I've
Hey.
been welding forever, and the doctor tells me I'm getting the beginning stages of macular degeneration.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's no good.
No, well, he says a lot of it's got to do with welding.
Yeah.
I've been welding since the 70s.
Wow. Hey, Louis, I'll tell Arco what you need to tell everyone. Well, being that you're here now, you're what's it called, Plane and Traffic alumni guest. So that means your family. That means you can come on anytime you want. How's that,
Kick
Louis?
ass. Hell yeah.
So do you need the cheaters
Thanks, you guys.
for the
Appreciate it.
inside?
Hey, good seeing you guys.
Yes.
You need
I-
the cheaters for the
Later.
inside of your helmet?
Hey, Arco.
Yeah.
You need the cheaters for the inside of your helmet?
the magnifiers.
No, I wear my my cheaters because I can. It's just when I'm up close on stuff. But other than that, I don't wear glasses. But I should get some of the ones for inside my welding helmet. You know.
I
Yeah,
have.
let me know what size you
Do they
want.
help
I'll
a lot?
send them to you.
Hey, Arco, we got
Yeah.
what's it called? Maco Man Brian over here. He says, matter of fact, let me know the size that you are, and he says he'll send you a set.
Oh, kick ass, man.
Because you can just slide them in,
Thank you.
and you'll have a split screen. You'll have up on top and bottom when you're looking close.
He says you slide them in, you'll have the split screen on top and the bottom. What is that, Michael? What is
Yeah,
that?
you'll
Like the
have
bifocal
the readers on the bottom, and then you'll have a regular screen.
It's weird that
You'll
I
have the
can't hear
readers on the bottom and a regular screen.
Yeah, I got you. Cool.
Is that the actual lens, Brian? That goes.
Then they
into
go inside. My welding helmet's out in the truck. I was doing a job for a guy.
Yeah, it's the second
Next
lens
week
you
I'll
add.
have them.
So you replace the lens with this lens.
No, it goes in
No, no.
behind it.
I'll
It
go
snaps
behind
in,
it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
and you have a reader.
Those too. In
Can
fact,
I give him your number and you guys talk?
Oh yeah.
Go for it, brother. Give
I
everybody.
actually
my number.
got a copy of my eyeglass prescription right
Hey.
here.
Like I tell everybody, if I don't like you, I won't answer.
I
Now,
like that.
Brian, what do you need to know? Because
They come in like they're just like they're very similar to like the store brand magnifiers. The
Well, the
So,
only thing on this prescription,
5,
the only thing on this prescription that makes sense like that is says 2 1/4.
okay, 2 1/4.
So you
yeah,
mean my
so
welding,
you would-
the size of the welding lens or whatever on the inside?
yeah. Well, it depends on your helmet, but you have a spot. Usually, like what type of helmet are you running? What type of helmet?
Helmet. Who uses a helmet?
He wants to know what kind of helmet you're running.
I'll have to find out and let you guys know. Man.
Oh, okay.
Are you using the big screen or the narrow one?
Now I gotta look.
It's got to be
I don't
about
remember.
1, 2, 3. What's it like 5 by
Yeah,
It's like a 5 by 4 or
5 by 2 or 3? I'm thinking. I'm looking at the grid. Maybe 5 by 3 would be big.
I got my helmet out in the truck.
I'll let you guys know though. Get a hold of me. Like I said, just give my number out, bro.
I'll
Next
give you
week,
your number, Brian. You know how to use it and little chain,
Cool.
whatever, intermingled, all that
Yep.
good stuff.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll get it all
Hey,
hooked. We'll get you set
Love
up
you guys.
because
Talk to you later. Have a good night.
take it easy.
Later on.
Brother man.
All right.
Because it's a pain. It's a pain when you got your helmet and you got your glasses on.
Yes, I
So
agree.
You can slide the lens in behind the cover, and you can still see out. But when you're doing up close, you'll have your readers. Like I got 0.1.5 in mine or something.
That'll stop people from borrowing your helmet too.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah, but it's really nice, man. That made a world of a difference in welding.
Yeah, that's good. Good.
Because instead of me trying to fight with the glasses and put them on, and then you do what this guy's doing, you're not putting the welding on. You're just closing
Right.
your eyes.
Right. Like they do on the TV shows.
Yeah, well, it's
Yo, fellas, can you believe that car is 17 feet long?
No, like I said, at first I thought it looked
Yeah,
long,
clips inside here.
and then
yeah,
the other shot made it look smaller. So, okay, there you go.
Big one.
yeah.
Big electronic one.
But that's got to come apart because that's how you change the batteries. You got to take it out.
Yeah. Everything's in the back. It's got all the adjustments for time
But
delay.
it should about halfway up, John. It should have like a clip or something.
Yeah, I have it up there on the sides.
Yeah,
You can put something in, slide it right in, and it presses
Yep.
down on it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have.
You have the ones with the cheaters in it.
No, mine is just a magnifying lens.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't have a cheater lens.
yeah.
I can't see anymore. And I got a magnifying lens in there. And a lot of times I would actually, when I'm TIG welding, I'll actually wear my reading glasses inside the helmet.
Well, yeah, that's what we were talking about. How much of a pain in the ass that is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's why you don't have to worry about that. Like I said,
Right. I'll have to find out what. Oh well, you know what? I use I'm pretty sure those cheap reader glasses I buy are 2.0s.
yeah, 2.0s. Okay. Yeah,
Brian,
you can get them like 2.0, 225, 250. I think you go all the way up to 3 is the highest.
I'll take a look because I have a pack of those glasses. I got them in Costco. I'll see what they are.
The real takeaway here is, Brian, if anybody has a tool problem, they don't have one when you're around.
Brian's got all the stuff.
Well, I try to help.
You do a great job.
So,
Hey, Terry,
usually.
where can you find 1,008 cubic inches of GM muscle?
Sounds like a setup.
I don't know if I want to answer this question. I don't want to answer this question.
I don't know where.
I have no clue. I think I know the answer, but I don't want to answer.
Okay, I don't know. I was gonna show you. Right here under my workbench. A 468 and a 540.
There you go.
It's 1,008 cubic inches sitting underneath my workbench. See? Simple.
I think I might have to go in my garage now and show you where you can find a 6.0 with a supercharge on it, ready to go in any type.
Oh, yeah. See, that beats me.
That, John, I was just telling Lewis before we got Steve Magnante on Sunday and Alana Scherzer, but I got Pat Musey too coming back on.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'll be calling in on both of those.
Yet to be scheduled, but we'll have him back on soon.
Magnante's the best.
We haven't had Steve in a while, but yeah, he's coming on Sunday.
When I sit at my desk, I got my monitor is also TV, and Barb maybe should be watching some whatever. Maybe Sunday she's watching football, so I'll be in the office, and I'll turn on the TV and I click the DVR menu, and when I see Junkyard Gold, I get all giddy. It's like, yeah. I just like that.
Yeah,
guy.
I love that show.
He's just like, you can't not like Magnante.
And he's kind of gone out of the box too. Now he did a few episodes in a Cadillac Junkyard. He did foreign cars, Fiats and Jensen's a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So he's at Ramblers. He's been really broadening his spectrum, which is great. That's what I like about him.
Oh, you know what I saw today? I couldn't believe it. I come out of my shop, I go up the block, and I got to get on this semi-main road. I'm heading towards the highway. And coming up the road, I take a look, and then I look again, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It was a Javelin, silver Javelin with gray stripes. I pulled out behind him, and at the next stoplight, I got closer, and it was a Mark Donahue edition.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
You don't see those. A, you don't see Javelins at all. And B, to see a Mark Donahue edition with the big rear wing, that's like kind of hitting the lottery.
That's cool.
And it was these two old guys in the car, and I followed them along. They were going the same way I was going. Got up on I-4 and guy hammered it, took off. I'm like, wow. I think they were going to the Mecum auction in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were headed that way. So,
what year was it around? 68, 69?
Yeah, I think, right? 68, 69. I could
sure
tell you,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was,
it didn't have the bubbly front fenders, right?
they weren't super bubbly,
It wasn't like AMX.
That
was like 70, 74,
like
72, something like that.
Yeah, they were more, kind of passenger car kind of looking.
Yeah, yeah.
But it had that huge deck, spoiler. It's like really deep.
Yeah, Ray would know the answer to this. The AFX Javelin, what year was that?
That was like a 68 or 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first gen, the first one. Those are the two-seaters.
Yeah.
Right.
I dragged my dad down in Virginia for this guy was selling a 69 AMX drag pack 390 2.4s factory car. Dragged him down there, and this guy was a big old biker dude, and he had tattoos, and it was in a trailer park. And my old man was like, "What the hell are we going to?" And
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
and I went in there, and the guy goes, "Yeah, it's got to go today because I'm getting ready to go to prison." My dad looked at me and said, "Get your ass back in the car." I was 16, you know. He's like, "Get your ass back in the car." And we're driving back up, and he said, "What the hell?" He said, "I didn't." He goes, "I wasn't packing. I wasn't." We walked into this. Man, we're not seeing this car. I said, "But Dad, it's a drag pack. It's a factory 390 2.4s."
Right.
Man, 4-speed car. Man, oh,
Oh God.
crazy. My old man looked at me like I had lost my mind.
Oh yeah.
So,
My father did that too.
and then I took him out to a 65 Shelby, a real one, sitting on blocks. It was sitting on cinder blocks.
Mm.
I climbed underneath of it, got all the numbers, and the guy wanted $4,500 for it. $4,500. This was 35 years ago, though.
Yeah.
And my dad said, "How are we going to get this thing home?" And I said, "We're going to call a tow truck. That's what we're going to do. We're going to drag it home." He said, "There is no way in the world we're buying this thing." I goes, "Don't you understand? I want something that you can drive, that we're going to go and buy and drive." I said, "But Dad, this is it. This is the real deal." So, of course, 30 years later, as we're watching Barrett Jackson, like the car that I was like, "Yeah, Dad." Tell you, man.
See, that's the Javelin right there that I like.
Yeah. That's
That's the one. That's the
70 one.
mid-70s.
Yes.
Those are the ones nobody liked.
What?
Those are the
71.
ones nobody liked.
But
That's
Terry
what
was
the
like,
Ring Brothers did. The Ring Brothers did one of those.
Yeah, that's the one that Ring Brothers did. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, now so many years later, the car has a new appeal, and it doesn't have the, you know, it's not as flamboyant as it looked when it came out. You know.
Well, all the hot stuff just got played out, so people were moving towards other things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Right there. Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
Yeah. Look at that hood. That's cool.
I'll tell you what, they put a flare on a car, man. They put a twist on it.
Nah, the Ring Brothers are no joke.
Yeah, they're not. You know, and Dave King digs the same way. He
Right.
just puts a flavor on a car, man. It's just
Yeah. I said that before. He wants you to walk by it twice and kind of there's something's different, but you can't just like pinpoint it right away.
Yeah, he's just like he is on TV, man. I hung out with him for a while when he came here to one of our shows, and he's a good dude, man.
it's kind of hyper, huh?
Yeah. But I'm gonna get him on the show, but he's another one. I got to go through his management, and it's just hard to get a hold of these guys. Yep. But we'll get him.
Man, that's cool.
Mm.
Well, gentlemen, it's time for me to head on off. I didn't realize how late it was. I got on late. Yeah, I gotta go in. Matko, you got my email address?
No.
What am I gonna do with you? Terry LSX.
Message him on Facebook.
Just message me on Facebook.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, but I want you to send me your telephone number. You should because I should have had your telephone number, and I might have it. Hold on a second.
Right? If he had your number, you would have got a special message today, like I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get a special message.
Oh,
Nice.
Every LS, what I ever do with LS wise, you're getting a copy. Even things with water, I'll send you.
Dude, I don't hate LS engines. I just won't own one until I decide to do this twin turbo thing. But
You're gonna love it.
I totally appreciated that you reached out to me today and sent me that message. It was nice.
Well,
And I watched the video. It was good.
You said like a month ago that you need a special invite. Correct me if I'm wrong, fellas. You remember that? And you said that, what's it called? Because
Yes.
I put a video out and you didn't see it. And you were like, we need a special invite.
I clicked the bell and I clicked all. But my problem is I don't always check my email. So I don't get the email that says Coverman66 just put up a new video.
See, that's why I love you the way I do. And I said, let me go and give John a special.
Your love is very appreciative.
I just sent it a message, or I just sent it to you, Terry.
All right, thanks, man. Got it. Yep, there you go. Got it. I'll send you Arco's number and all that stuff, and you get in touch with him, and I'm sure he'll appreciate it, man. Really would.
Yeah, like I said, it makes a world of a difference with those putting those cheaters in there or those readers, because it's trying to lift up and look and then get all out of whack. But if I just know what he needs, I'll send him.
How much are they, Brian?
Oh, they're not that much, man.
I'm gonna need a set too.
Gonna put that on my list.
Yeah.
Christmas list. Everyone gets one.
That's right, Christmas, man. Everybody's looking at cheaters.
Everybody gets a cheater.
Look, I got them all around the house, man. Every room got a set.
Me too.
Yeah.
Got them everywhere.
Everywhere.
Getting old sucks.
No.
I thought it was bad when I bought my first pair and had one, and you're like kind of hiding them. And now, man, they're spread out everywhere, man. I got them like 3-4 deep in every car, man.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Gentlemen, as always, Brian, Ray, Lewis, John, I will catch you guys when I catch you, and be easy. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, everyone in the chat.
Take it easy, Terry.
Take care, everyone.
All right, bro.
Oh man. Yep. Gotta get ready for another fun-filled day.
Brian, is there a part number
down
on that?
here?
Is there a part number on that lens?
Is there? I don't have it handy.
And you don't remember it?
No, I don't remember it. I just have to go to my welding book and look real quick.
Tonight's credit card charge night, right?
Yeah, tonight gotta get ready. But I tell you one thing, man. Right now, it is absolutely insane down here with law enforcement and everything, dude. Downtown.
Oh, dude, yeah, I heard on the radio that there's more military in D.C. than there is in Afghanistan and Iraq. Totally.
It is crazy. It is
They're afraid.
I had one of my guys or one of my customers. He's a federal guy, and he stopped by today to pick up some broken stuff from me. And he was telling me it's just crazy. I tell you,
listening to the news, I'll tell you what pisses me off. Because all day long on all of the news channels, they're talking about how the CIA and NSA and FBI and there's all this chatter. We're getting all of this chatter and da-da-da-da-da-da. And we know what's going on here, there, and we're getting prepared. So usually you don't think much about that. You go, oh, okay, cool, they're doing their job. But then if you kind of expand on that a little bit, basically our government knows every goddamn thing you have done or are doing. You are being surveilled 24/7 on every single platform that you have anything to do with. So there's no privacy in this world at all. No, there's nothing. Okay. So if they're grabbing up all of this chatter and all of this crap about what's going on, they know exactly what you're doing too.
Oh, yeah. Well,
they're just not acting on you.
Yeah,
your phone, but your laptop, your computer. There was, remember that thing about what was that story? I think Snowden brought it out about how in that big communications building, it was called Operation Prism. It had to do with Obama.
Yeah.
Spliced into the internet lines and the communication lines, and some dude that was like a tech, he had to go do some work on servers or something like that, and he came across these like Y cables, and he traced them out, and it turned out that the government was literally recording every single phone call and recording and storing every single email for the whole country.
Jeez.
You know,
They got
it's called. Look it up. It's called Operation Prism, and it's from the Obama era.
How do you go through all of that? Like, how do you make a bot that sifts through that shit?
Supercomputers.
yeah, but they just all they're doing is pick
Tracking.
certain things, certain words,
Yeah.
certain things. That's all you
They
need
just
is a
look for
one.
certain words. All it is certain words. Same thing like with Facebook. You know, if
Yeah.
I say something nasty on Facebook, I could get away with it. If I say something else, all of a sudden it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're a bad guy. You got to sit out for a few days.
It's like here in the state of Maryland with the Maryland State Inspection, they went all computerized. Okay, so you can't, so when you go in to get your car Maryland State inspected, the guy has to do it on a computer, and they have a room now that has like one guy and he has 10 monitors, so you had to do it live.
That's like New York, right?
We've been like
Yeah.
that for a long time. Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, well, Maryland just got here. Of course, a lot of guys are getting busted because
Yeah.
what happens is they sit down and they'll do like 3-4 cars by paper.
Yeah.
Go over and sit down at the computer at lunch or at the end of the day, and they bang out like 5 of them in a row. Well, they know that it takes X amount of time to do a state inspection, and here you are banging out 5 of them all of a sudden, puts up a red flag, the trooper shows up and says, "What the hell are you doing?"
Some of my friends got busted when they were doing out here in New York in the beginning, and they learned like, okay, in the beginning, the camera in the bay, so it would record the car. They'd see the car on the lift and see if the plate matched the plate that was scanned, because you can't. That's why they pull a different car in. They did finally do away with the camera in the bay. I think someone challenged it constitutionally and said, it's a private facility, and it was, so they fought that one and won, but.
I remember back in the day when they brought out the sniffer deal.
Right, the tailpipe sniffer, yeah.
And you had to hook up a couple of clamps to the, like one of the spark plugs.
Yeah.
It was a whole, so.
That was the old days, yeah.
Yeah, in the old days. So the guy that I knew in the local body shop, when I would bring the Trans Am in to get an inspection, he would bring in like a Toyota Celica and shove the sniffer in the Toyota and hook up the rest of the stuff to my motor.
Right.
And you rev it up, whatever, and and I would always get a sticker.
Right.
So it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's how we all got our stickers back then.
Now here in Florida, they don't do that.
Yeah.
They,
no such thing.
Nice.
Like, the mission here is just plugged
it
in.
pisses me off that they don't have any type. Look, from what I find out from people that are from Florida, that they used to do an inspection, and it was a state deal, and you actually kind of like California, you went to a state-run building,
a smog station, yeah,
right, to get your stuff checked out, and there was a lot of corruption, par for the course, and they just decided to totally disband it. So consequently, though, nobody here fixes their cars.
Yeah.
So they drive around. I have been behind guys on the highway at 75, 80 miles an hour, and one back tire is dribbling harder than an NBA player because there's no shock absorber left.
Right.
They don't do brake jobs. They don't do ball joints. They don't do strut changes. Nothing.
Wow.
Okay, unless you're just somebody who's got a decent job, and you understand that thing. But there's a lot of people that live in trailers. They work in 7-Eleven. They got no money. Consequently, they drive hoopties. They don't do jack crap. The license plate's attached with a piece of wire. So I look at it as
heavy duty.
At least do a safety inspection. Forget about the smog stuff. Get the playbook from a state that does it and do safety inspections. Tell people, look, $25. You got to put the thing on a lift. The guy's got to check to see if you got brakes left. If you struts and shocks are shot, make them safer. If you make the vehicles on the road safer, that forces the insurance companies to have to lower their rates.
How bad are all the insurance rates down there, John?
It's insane. They're very high.
Okay.
Ridiculously high.
All right.
Higher than they should be. It's because of the fact that nobody fixes their cars here.
I know when I was in South Carolina some years ago visiting my niece, I noticed, like during the day, during regular traffic, a lot of older cars, like 70s cars, 60s cars, 70s cars. And I asked our husband, I said, "Hey, Rick, what's with the old cars? I thought it was going to be a car show, but these cars were pieces of shit." He goes, "Oh, no, Ray." He goes, "Well, there's no inspections down here. And insurance, like you don't have to have insurance for a car that's over like 25 years old. So they just throw anything out of the yard on the road and they just drive it." And I'm like, damn, I don't want to be like behind or next to these guys, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you gotta have insurance here, but you can get away with like the general, the absolute minimum,
right.
which is what a lot of the migrant workers get, and people that just don't have money, they'll go and they, get the cheapest insurance possible. And God forbid you get in an accident with them, you're not getting squat out of their insurance company.
I just liability is all.
Yeah.
Yes. Yesterday I had a Honda, and it was I don't know what year Honda, 98 Accord, broken ball joint. That was fun watching that. What the hell happened? He got out of the car, all shaking, walking around, and the wheel all laid out from under the car.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, you got a broken ball joint. Can that be fixed?" Yeah, it can be fixed.
We can fix anything.
Yeah. Tears off the fender and the door and everything. It's awful.
Yeah, those are not stout components.
No.
Tiny. They are small on those Hondas.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of them break. they're a big problem, especially roads here with the potholes. When you got to go, through a 8-inch hole every.
Yeah. One thing we have here is pretty good roads.
Yeah.
I guess it's pretty much just the weather.
Well, yeah, because no snow and ice. You don't get the ice heave and whatever.
Yep. I'll tell you what, though. One thing that's weird, a lot of the short bridges that they do here, well, even some of the longer ones, because there's a lot of like waterways, like you'd be driving down the road and all of a sudden there's like a creek that runs under, or a small river or whatever. So they build the bridges with these pre-stressed concrete sections.
Right.
Unfortunately, when you drive over them, your car goes like this. They're not flat. They are not flat by any means. And when you're in a truck like mine, it don't soak up the bumps. It rides over the bumps. So I'm like this in the truck, for like 400 feet. It's like, whoa,
wow.
What do I got, like square wheels on this thing or what? And so many of the bridges over, waterways are like that here in Florida. It's so weird. Unless it's like a big bridge going over a big river, then it's a totally different deal.
Yeah.
But it's real easy for them to do these prefab concrete things, and they like slide on pins.
Yeah.
I've seen them actually building these things. They bring them in with a crane, they drop them, slide them, drop them, slide them, and then they just lock them from the bottom, put up Jersey barriers on either side. Boom, there's your bridge.
I saw a video of they did a bridge like that in, I think, Stockholm.
Yeah.
Somewhere over there, and it was like two different crews on either end of the river, and it where it was supposed to meet. Now Roebling made the Brooklyn Bridge meet, in 1913, whatever the fuck, 1915. He was a bridge builder. These guys were off by like 3 millimeters. And they were trying to figure out, like, could they slot the hole and offset the pin, and because otherwise one needed their half down because they swore their specs were right, and that's what they did. They actually made one intermediate section that was slotted, and now that would like move a little, but like, oh my
crazy,
God. Yeah.
They do a lot of that stuff with
millions of dollars.
Steel. It looks like a zipper.
Yeah, right. The zipper.
And in the heat, it opens and closes.
Yeah, one of the drawbridges down off the Meadowbrook going down towards Island Park. The one that was going Island Park and Long Beach is like that. It was because you'd go over it and the tires would hit that steel zipper and it would go. It would just change tone immediately, and all the exhaust noise, because I used to have like just headers with mufflers on them, and the car would be rumbling, and you go over that and the car would get quiet. All the noise would just go down through the zipper. And like out into the water, and you get on the other side, the noise will come back. Yeah, cool stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll It's only 10:30, huh?
I know.
Feels later.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off, but you guys can stay on now because Ray is the co-host, so he has control.
I'm control.
You got him control now.
Yeah, he got control.
Yes.
Usually when you leave, we got about 2.5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it
No.
just shuts you off midstream.
We keep saying, please, can we stay on? And it tells us, and then we gotta go.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna be posting. Next week we're gonna have Terry's version on Monster Garage, his episode. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it'll be on a Monday. Not this Monday coming, but the next one, I believe. So we'll have their crew on.
Awesome.
That'll be the 25th.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah,
Right.
I saw the your watch party, but I was in a meeting. I was at my regional meeting, so I had two things going on at one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of
It was pretty cool. It was nice.
good.
It was nice because they were watching it for the first time, and then they were talking about what was going on during the,
during the things. Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have all those people on here too, as guests.
Awesome.
Yeah, anybody who's done anything with a camera associated with it knows there's a lot of stories about, no, that wasn't filmed in sequence, or no, you should see what really happened. And
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, that one guy said that they were really good with the editing too.
yeah,
yeah.
Probably on how much.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it.
We need to have little name tags under everything because I can remember a face, but a name is terrible for me.
Yeah, I hear you.
So,
I'm the same way.
All right, fellas. If anything pops up, I'll let you know.
all right,
that
Louis.
sounds great. Take it easy, Lewis. Be
All
safe.
right. Thanks.
All right. Oh yeah,
Hopefully, we'll all be standing next Thursday
yeah, right.
after Wednesday
Nothing
Yeah.
going on here.
because that'll be the big day. Tell you, man, that's
You're close
crazy,
to
man.
the action
Huh?
over here.
Oh yeah,
Close to the action. We're not.
yeah. I'm within 30 miles, so I pay $1 million in insurance because of any kind of threats.
Yeah.
Really?
It's and all of it's, of course, if anything is an act of war or act of whatever, I'm not covered. So because I'm in ground zero,
Really.
but I pay out of the nose though. It's insurance companies are great, right?
So what is that, business insurance or house insurance?
Yeah, business.
Business?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that I'm
Horrible.
Just
I
to the
hate
action.
insurance companies. They just take
I swear.
money and they never give back.
Yep. So
That's their job.
So you got to start selling AKs out of the tool truck.
yeah. Well, we all talk. We can't make that. We can't say stuff like that.
NSA.
No, but your customers can.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
Well, we'll see what happens when that jackass gets in, because I know his vice president hates guns and she wants yours.
You know,
well, they're
gas already jumped 8 cents a gallon up here.
Yeah, it's up a little bit here.
since the election, diesel has already gone over $1.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh,
I just got my latest retirement statement, my quarterly statement, and it was another really good one. And I told my wife, I said, "That's the last good one we're going to have because now they're going to kill us."
Yeah.
I said, with Trump, I swear, I had great returns.
Yeah, I stopped. Like I said, I was paying just a little over $2, and it was $2.99 today for fuel.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And man, it just
It's like 220 here.
yeah, it's crazy. And but they already got it in right now about when you're buying ammo. When you buy ammo, they want to know why you're buying, who's buying it and what you're buying. So you can't buy ammo.
You can have my name and you can know what I'm buying, and you can even ask me. If you
Yeah.
want to ask me why am I buying it, I'm going to tell you straight out. to kill people with.
Yeah.
Why else would I be buying bullets?
Yeah, I had a gun shop downtown. Every Thursday, I'd stop and buy ammo, and they actually closed that shop up, and
Wow.
they're not near me. So I was like, damn, because every Thursday, like I said, I'd go in there and buy ammo.
Yeah,
So-
now you got to buy your ammo online.
Can't
Well, they track that too.
they track that?
No, it's like a lot of the stores don't have stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Don't even bother to walk into Bass Pro Shops unless you've got a 12 gauge shotgun.
Yep.
That's all you're going to find. It's ridiculous. You walk down the aisle where they keep their bullets, there's nothing.
Yeah, a couple
It's
of
like
years
the
ago,
really strange caliber stuff.
a couple of years ago, you could not get 22s up here.
Yeah.
Couldn't even buy it. Like 22, Christ! They used to have like pyramids of them in the store.
Yeah.
You know,
Down here, you can't 22s. You can't 22 longs. You can't get any of that stuff down here. It's
Yeah.
hard.
We were in Bass Pro the other day getting some stuff, and I walked through the bullet aisle, and it was like 12 gauge, and then like, is there such thing as like an 11 gauge shotgun?
not there's a 10.
10, I guess that's 10. Yeah, that's
And there's
what
a
they had.
410.
They had 10, they had 12, they had some weird stuff. I mean, you know, if you got like a 9 or a 45, forget about it.
Yeah.
Not finding anything. And even the guns, the showcases were pretty
Empty.
sparse.
Yeah, I got enough of the hardware. I'm good enough. Got more
They
than I
had,
can.
they had a lot of rifles, you know, hunting rifles and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd be
Crazy
curious
world.
to see if what they were saying is going to come true. If Biden is going to be like, if they're putting it in, like they'd be spiking his tea or something, and like just knock him out so she can take over.
She's gonna take over.
Yeah,
That's the whole deal.
I tell you, that party I think is in. You would like to think they're in for a big awakening to see what they really got themselves into, but I don't know. They just
don't care.
keep gaining traction left and right.
They just don't care.
Now AOC was saying she feared for her life. She's in
I
the
was
Daily News station.
laughing.
She feared
She
for her
said she
life.
was afraid somebody was going to kill her, and I'm like, they should
She
have.
said I was afraid I was going to be kidnapped, attacked,
Yeah.
something or worse. I was like, no, any one of them would have been
Let's face
okay.
the fact- you know, they've been coming out with some video. I was really under the impression that they went in there and they were like just a bunch of hooligans, and they were,
No.
clapping for the camera and the whole 9
Yeah.
yards. But now there's quite a bit of video coming out where they were beating the crap out of people.
Yeah.
Hurting cops. A guy threw a fire extinguisher at a cop. I mean, there was a lot of junk that went on, which really shouldn't have happened. at
They
all.
kept showing this one clip where it was a cop in full like riot gear, and they had him stuck at a door. And they
That
kept
guy
just slamming
died.
it. Yeah,
That guy
Yeah.
died.
did he? He did.
That's the second. That's the second guy. The second one.
Right.
Yeah,
They crushed him. I felt
Yeah.
so bad for him. That was bad news.
yeah.
And you know what? 99% of this could have been avoided if Trump, during his speech, all he had to do was make a couple of clear statements.
Yeah.
I want you to go down there. I want you to be powerful. I want you to protest. I do not want you to act like a bunch of morons. I don't
Right.
want you to hurt cops. I don't want you to jump barriers. I don't want you to break stuff. All he had to do was say those 3 damn sentences, and that stuff was recorded, and there would have been not a thing that Democrats could have done
Right.
yesterday.
Because he even said it in his
That's
last
word.
speech where he said the people who did that are not Trump supporters. They are not. They're not. That's not our group. And But yeah, that's always been his shortfall is not having the wherewithal to really say what he should. He just says what he wants, and that's
Well, it's like that one guy said. It's the.
Garage door opened up, and it was the cat.
It's not. People don't understand Trumpism, or they don't understand his talk. And it's all in communication.
yeah.
But if he would have I got to be honest with you. If he would have made a lot of stuff clear the last 4 years, there's
Right.
no way.
Yeah. Well, no, it's true. But again,
He,
you would.
he killed
you
his
would
own
think.
deal.
Yeah, I know, but you would think that there's people that could help communicate him better. But now it depends on how much. If he's really going to be a jackass about it and not take that to get his word out right, then you're like talking to the wall.
Yeah, there are, and there have been people. The problem is he didn't listen to them because he,
Right.
In his world, it's his way or the highway. He's used to being the end all and be all CEO deluxe, and and I get that, but that's not the political world. And of course, that's what we all liked about him, that he wasn't political.
Right.
But yeah, a little more.
He didn't have to be political, but if he could have been less of a 10-year-old.
Yeah, a little more understanding on his part would have gone a long way.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I said,
understand how he could continue to. Let's face facts. He's an asshole. It's like, how can you continue to act like an asshole and say nasty shit about the people that work for you and expect that they're going to continue to support you?
Well, because when you have ultimate power like that, and you can hire and fire and do what you want, you can do whatever the hell you want.
It's like self-sabotaging, psyche.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
When you're coming up though and building an empire, you have to be cognizant of that. When you have the empire, and then it's like, fuck. I remember when he first went into the White House, and he was like I'll stay at Trump Tower. It's nicer. It's like. And he's probably right. I'm sure it was. Now that de Blasio is calling for all the businesses in New York that have contracts with the Trump corporations
they're killing him now. They're
to pull out of him, and Eric is fighting it. Eric is like, you know what? There's a couple of them that the city could buy him out of, but the golf course is the big one. He says they're gonna pay for that. The golf course up in the Bronx.
Away.
Yeah,
that's a mistake. That's a total mistake.
Yeah.
I said to Barb, I'm like, watch. They say they're walking away today. I said, once this all blows over, I said, next year, they'll be back.
Yeah.
I said, the whole thing, all of these corporations he deals with that are walking away, every one of them they all have shareholders.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem. It's the shareholders. And the shareholders are a bunch of little bitches. And they're usually on the Democrat side. And it's like, if you don't walk away from him, I'm pulling out. I'm selling my shares. It's like, why own a corporation and have to deal with shareholders? Right. Take your shareholders and shove them up your ass. It's just unbelievable how wimpy everybody is. Nobody's got any kind of guts.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm real curious, of course, to see what's going to happen. It's going to be a new. But like I tell people, because I really believe this, and I said this when Obama got in. It was a whole thing of, oh my God, it's going to be the end of the world. We had there was all sorts of nasty talk, and I said, hey, you know what? I got a feeling it really isn't going to affect me, and it didn't. 8 years really didn't affect me much. I mean, not on a personal level. Things happen, but
affected me. And the housing bubble affected me.
Okay.
With my business, because it's facts. You don't need a custom aquarium.
Right. No, I was okay. And now with this too. Actually, in the business I'm in, they're pro Democrat. They're pro. That's their deal. That's the stuff they love. I sent you the email. They're very liberal. So I'm not worried about that.
Amazed at what the wording that I was reading.
Yeah.
What a bunch of sissies.
Yeah. Now that's a group that I had never seen made mention of before, and it's a big academia unit. I've never seen that. Somebody pulled that out and reposted it, but I was like, wow.
I was looking around for because your email, it was attached to it. I was looking around for a direct email. I was going to try and email them, sidestep you. Email them directly. And
I could probably get you that email address.
They are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I read that whole thing, it had your official email, and I was reading this thing, and I'm like, this is people he's got to be working with. And then I'm like searching around, and I'm trying to find a way to contact them directly so I could do it on the side through
Anonymously,
my
yeah.
other email accounts and just kind of read them to Riot Act and say, I just happened to come upon this, on the dark web. These are a bunch of effing assholes.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool. So that was a funny email. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What world do these people live in?
I know.
Nuts. Very, very socialist.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I laughed when they went into the Capitol and they kept the cameras were on, and all of these Congress people, they were like on the floor. Like they thought it was going to be like the riots at night during BLM.
Right.
Nothing like that happened at all. They didn't pull artwork off the walls.
Right.
They didn't destroy, the chamber. They didn't light anything on fire. They went in, they like a bunch of hooligans. Yeah, they threw some mail around, they flipped the computer upside down. Big deal. And they made, and the news is like deadly. Everything is like this deadly riots. And like it was the Watts riots again.
I was going to say here on News 12 the next day, the same thing. The morning anchor, she's on there and saying, and they're showing the scenes of the offices with, I'm seeing just like papers on the floor, a chair turned over.
Yeah.
The glass cabinets weren't broken. It was just a mess. And she's saying, look at the utter destruction that they I'm like, you want to see utter destruction?
Yeah. Go look at Seattle.
Let Led Zeppelin in that room for a night. Let AC/DC in there. You'll see utter destruction.
Go drive through New York City.
Yeah, right. I was like, and I'm saying like, this is the problem. The media just over emotes everything and just plays it to death. Like that's not what I call utter destruction. That was just a freaking mess that any janitor could clean up in a half hour.
Yeah. Well, I was really happy today that Jake Tapper got called out for his comment.
Okay.
About that congressman who's an ex-military guy, lost his legs in Afghanistan.
Right. What did he say?
Well, he went on, the congressman during this impeachment deal, he made his speech and he wanted to know why none of the people that had anything to do with this were brought into the chamber and asked the simple question. Did you break into the Capitol because you were instructed by President Trump to do that?
Right.
What was your reasoning behind it? Why? You did it. What was your reason? And everybody knows that the reason is going to be that they hate what the Democrats have done. And that the Democrats do not care about anybody other than their own power. But there was nobody there. They didn't bring any of these people in. So there was about 30 seconds of silence. And then he yielded back his time. He made his point.
Right.
So Jake Tapper was talking to somebody, and he was being his usual asinine, I'm better than the rest of the world self. He said, the guy's ex-military, and, I appreciate the fact that he fought, for freedom and liberty and the whole nine yards. He says, but I kind of doubt as to his feelings about it here in America. Basically, he was like, well, yeah, he was all gung-ho when he was in another country fighting for the country, but here he's not supporting democracy because he doesn't think you should impeach Trump.
Yeah.
And he got called out on it. And a lot of other news people said, Jake, maybe you need to say you're sorry.
Yeah.
He's not, though. He's like, well, maybe I didn't have to word it that way. He's kind of backpedaling it. That guy needs a really good stiff punch in the head.
Yeah.
He's just, it's unreal. The stuff that pisses you off. Like, you hear these newscasters. Every now and then I'll switch to CNN when I'm in the truck just to listen to the gibberish. And you could hear them literally. I'm listening to the television broadcast on Sirius. And in their inflection, you could tell that they're smiling.
Yeah, yeah.
When they're talking about how Trump got impeached for the second time. The only president in history to get impeached 2 times. It's like they're so happy that this is happening, and I'm like, this isn't news.
Right.
You know? I don't want to hear your opinion. This is opinions. That's all it is opinions. You're supposed to be just report the fucking fact.
It was kind of funny. I was watching Leave It to Beaver this morning, and it was the last episode, so they were doing flashbacks. And Beaver's teacher, what the hell was her name? She was over for dinner, and Wally is trying to act like suave and cool as a high school kid. And he says, he said to her, he says, "Gee, is it true that Andrew Jackson was the only president to be impeached?" And she says, "Well, yes, Wally, that is true." He goes, "Oh, yeah, I heard that. And so I turned to my wife, I said, "Not anymore." At that, in 1962 or 62, whatever that was, yeah, that was the case.
Unreal. Yeah, so Trump will go down in history as the only guy to get impeached twice while in office.
You know, I want to see what kind of dirtbag stuff they're going to try and pull when he's out of office, what they bar him from or what they want to keep him. I mean, they want to erase him from the history books as it is.
To do this deal where he will not get
Miss Landers
benefits of an ex-president.
Really?
Yeah, he will not have Secret Service security for the rest of his life.
Right.
He won't get. There's a bunch of stuff. There's like a litany of things that presidents get.
He's also supposed
I
to
gotta be
get.
honest with them. The majority of them, they don't deserve a bag of
He
dog
also
shit.
they also get current updates, like, you know, world updates,
Yeah.
secure updates. And the reason is, in case they're ever called on to do like an interview or give a press drop, they have current information. They're not going to sit there and say, I don't know about that. So they do keep them current on a lot of foreign affairs and stuff. But yeah, there is a whole litany of stuff that they're privy to.
Pelosi,
They can waive the
they just want him buried. Totally.
I know they can waive the security detail if they get their own. You know, if they do provide their own, which he
She
can obviously
wants to
do.
get something done. I don't know. They're looking to pass some deal where he winds up with
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, of course. They want to take everything away.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be like the statues. They'll just want to remove him from the history of being in the office.
Right.
Yeah.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, if you don't like it, just erase it. That's all. Take it away.
That's the way they operate.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
How's your alternator, Brian?
still charging.
Good.
Good.
Still charging.
The VW hasn't come back, so that thing is still out of I'm waiting for that thing to come back. Well, thank God it hasn't.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. But that's good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, not too bad.
yeah, I set my spare rim out to be powder coated this week to match the others. Figured, I got to do the fifth one.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell?
I bought
Oh,
junkyard, and I got two like small tires, like a trailer tires,
Right.
steel rims.
Yeah.
To put on this Firebird to take it to the body shop because
Yeah, you like donuts.
well, they're full size tires.
Right. Like the Space Saver spares, stuff like that.
No. They're like it's like a 245 or something, or 265.
Okay.
70, 15. I don't know where the rear end in this car is actually located because he kind of did some hack work on the fender lips because the tires are huge.
Right.
And I don't want my body guy to have to try to deal with the fact that he's got these giant tires and you know, in other words, I can't trust that the center line of the quarter panel is over the center line of the rear end.
Right.
So I figured I would ship it to him with these little tires that he can put on and, you know, to bring it back.
Yeah.
To bring it back. And then once I do my chassis stuff, then, you know, everything will be fine. Because it'll have unaltered quarter panels. And then if I
just
have
had a
little bit of
Eastwood
shit.
open up down here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Half hour from the house. Last weekend was the grand opening. I didn't go. I'm going this weekend. Can't wait to. I love going I love shopping at Eastwood. Now I can do it in person. So
It's dangerous, yeah. They got a lot
yeah,
of stuff. I mean, the good thing is that prices are a little higher, so you're going to be a little more careful. It's not like going
Right.
to Harbor Freight, you know.
yeah.
I
But,
like
I
their
was a-
stuff. I'm real happy with what I've bought from them. The plasma cutter, that MIG welder,
Mhm.
work awesome.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that I'm on their mailing list and they literally email me every day.
So go into the preferences. See if you can. Usually, if you go in to unsubscribe, they'll
Yeah,
catch
it'll
you and
be-
say, "What's the matter? You getting too many emails?" And then you can
I haven't tried.
tailor
It.
it.
I need to do that. Yeah,
I just did that every once in a while. I just did that today. I'll just say, fuck it. I just start opening emails like, okay, some of them I'll just unsubscribe, and other ones it's like, okay, just give me the minimum or once a month, because they seem to like what there was another one just did it to me, and they were just like slamming me every day. I'm like, listen, I didn't sign up for every day.
Yeah.
Well, with Eastwood, if you click on anything, then they start hounding you.
Yeah.
Like they'll send me an email and it'll be like, welder special.
Right.
I'll take a click and see what's going on, and the cookie automatically zeroes in on that, and then I
Right.
start getting email after email after email for that.
Right.
And then it shows up naturally when I'm on the internet. Those pop-up ads,
Oh yeah, sure,
Eastwood.
sure.
And it's weird because like Google, those Google ads.
Oh yeah,
Like if you go on racingjunk.com,
oh yeah.
you'll see the same ad like 3 times across the screen.
Yeah.
And then you scroll, and then boom, there it is again. Boom, there it is again. It's like, all right, guys, come on, you're killing me here.
Right.
You
Yeah, you got to go in and manage the subscription. Because if they think you're opting out, they want to keep you, so they'll do
Oh
something.
yeah. So I'm a little excited about that. But
Oh, good. That's great.
getting
I
the
would love to have an Eastwood store here. I would go there.
Yeah.
so
Send them a note.
I mean, I remember they opened, I think it was in Comac or Huntington, they opened a woodworker's warehouse in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I went there, and I'm not even a fucking woodworker, but I went there and I bought stuff. I was like, oh, Babbitt bits. I bought like Forster bits to make blind holes. My God, it's great. Yeah.
yeah, it's
If
crazy.
you're afflicted, it doesn't matter what they're selling. You're going to buy
You know
it.
what I saw today on Facebook? There's a page for Comac,
Well,
and I follow it only because living in East Northport, you kind of hung out in Comac. Somebody posted an ad page from Lafayette Electronics,
oh, cool. Yeah.
and it's like, did you ever shop here?
Yeah. We had one.
It's like, yes, I bought my first 8-track there. I bought a Marantz stereo there.
You can always tell when the newscaster isn't from here because they'll say Comac.
Yeah.
No, you idiot. Well, like they got to print, like say Quag. It's like Quog. Like no, it's Quag. Yeah, all the names out here,
Long
Brian.
Island's got some of the funniest.
On Long Island, most of the names are Indian names. It's all Indian tribes.
Right.
Like even where I'm at was like the Moroccan Indians. It was, it was all Indian tribes. So some of them still kept it. And if you're from here, you know how to say it. But
Yeah.
I mean, every state has stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of Indian stuff here.
Yeah.
There's this one road that when we moved here, I'm like, how do you say that? It's Thanotosassa.
Uh-huh.
Spell that. THONOSSA. Thanotosassa. And I'm like, what the hell is a Thanotosassa?
Well, I do know a buddy of mine moved to Homosassa,
Homosassa, yeah, I've heard of that.
wherever the hell that is. I know. I think it's way south,
Yeah.
South Florida.
And then there's a town, and it's Lutz. So how do you say that?
I would say
or
Lutz.
Lutz?
Yeah, I would say Lutz.
It goes both ways. depending on who
Oh, that's
are.
what you.
Yeah,
Hey,
I know. Oh
All
yeah,
right.
up in Lutz. You mean Lutz? No, Lutz. No, Lutz. Wow, wait, you must be from New York. Yeah.
Yeah,
We actually were taught English. you know.
right.
You just say it funny. Shit.
Hilarious.
Oh man.
Yes. So, like I was saying before, this video I watched and this guy who did the with the tools with the screwdrivers, I gotta be honest. I never thought about doing what he took, and he had that selection of shit screwdrivers that everybody has. Some with the black and yellow handles, and then he had one that was from J.C. Penney. It was a J.C. Penney, so it was a nice soft grip with an end on it, like a hand guard. They had some of the real cheap Chinese ones that were like rubbery, plastic, rubbery. And he knocked a few off and put them on his files. I'm like, yeah, I never thought, because I got the wood handles for the files. I never thought of doing that. I'm like, that's great. That's a smart idea.
Oh, I got a question for you guys. You didn't try playing a joke on me, did you? Either of you two?
No.
2 days ago?
I don't
I
usually.
have a delivery box in front of my shop because we're never in the shop during the day.
Right.
I open it up, and there's an Amazon pack there. No, it wasn't an Amazon. It was in my mailbox, United States Postal Service. Little plastic bag, right?
Yeah.
It's got my name on it.
Right.
Doesn't have the company name. It's got
Right.
my name. I cut it open, and there's another bag inside. I cut that bag open, and in it is these two cheap ass out of flat stock stamped 10 millimeter and 11 millimeter China wrenches.
Huh.
And I'm like, who sent me a 10 millimeter and an 11 millimeter China wrench?
Yeah.
And I didn't order them. I don't know where they came from. There's no return address. I tried to put in the tracking number on United States Postal Service, and they said it was an invalid number.
Wow.
So somebody sent me a 10 millimeter and an 11 millimeter wrench. I have them at the other shop.
That's what. No, it wasn't
We're
me.
talking like plate steel,
Yeah.
like I don't know, 5 millimeters thick maybe.
So they're like thin wrenches.
Bam! They just bang them.
Right.
And I'm like,
No, I did send
the
you a
hell
CD
sent me
though.
These joke wrenches. I'm like, what am I going to do with these things?
I did send you a CD. Did you get that?
I don't know.
The mail has been fucked. I said I thought of it late. I thought of it early.
I sent my mother 2 Christmas cards.
Yeah.
On the 10th of December.
Right.
She got one on December 22nd. She got the second card last Friday.
Yeah, a friend of mine sent me a card from PA in like early December, and we got it like the first week of
Oh,
January.
you sent me a jazz CD.
Yes, you got that?
Yes, I got that. That's
Jingle
right.
Bell Jazz, yeah.
Yes, I did get that.
I wanted you to hear that.
I haven't played it yet. I'm going.
Oh, John, you can play that in fucking July. It is,
Yeah.
I
Well, you know what I miss? I don't have a CD player in my truck. They don't exist anymore.
Oh, wow. That's too bad.
So I gotta play it in the computer.
Yeah. We were in Fortunoff's one year.
Oh, I got it here in the garage. That's right. I have
Yeah.
a DVD CD player here in the garage, so I will play it Sunday while I'm working on the car.
You're going to love it. Anybody who loves music the bass and the drums are like phenomenal. We were in Fortunoff's, like I said, we went upstairs, Christmas one year and it was playing and I stopped. I had to get one of the floor guys and said, okay, you hear that music that's playing? I said, show me where it's coming from. Oh, I think it's over here. I said, because I want that. I said, I got to own whatever that is. I got to find out what that is. And he showed me the CD. And I said, okay, I wrote it down. I said, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to, I don't think they sold it there. No, I don't remember now if they did. If they sold it there, I bought it immediately. If not, I got it from somewhere. I've had it for a number of years. And it is just it's pure jazz, but it's ass kicking, up tempo, jingle bell jazz. I mean, whoa! Like I tell you, if you don't move when you hear this stuff, you're dead. Literally, because it's just that cool. I used to use it on the show at Christmas time. I've always played like his intro and outro music, And like there's one piece that starts like with the drums, just like a 1940s kind of a drum solo. I'd say, okay, Joe, I'm going to kick this one off. I'm going to start this one. I'm going to, give me a 3 count, 1, 2, 3. Then I hit the CD, and there's another one starts with a bass. I talk him up like, okay, Joe, look, you got the Fender plugged in, good. You got the amp peg warmed up. I said, you're starting this one off. I said, I want to hear a nice little bass groove. To give it a 3 count and start it. And people would think that we had instruments in the studio, because it's like, no, man, it's a CD. But we play it up. It's just good music. Good music. Did
you see that movie Fat Man yet?
No.
With Mel Gibson?
No.
Oh God. It's on pay-per-view.
It's a recent movie?
$5. Yeah. It was from like the beginning of 2020.
What's it about?
It's Mel Gibson as Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to tell you anything else. Just rent it.
We were watching Last Man Standing.
It's great. It's really good.
Last week's
Basically,
episode.
Santa Claus has a contract with the government.
Okay.
So take it from there.
Last Man Standing last week. This is their last season. So Tim Allen, they're really playing and having fun. So his wife calls in a guy to fix the garbage disposal, and it's Tim Taylor from Tool Time. So, the two Tims meet, and it's like their doppelganger. It was pretty cool. That was a good episode. Yeah,
I like him a lot.
Yeah, we saw him at Governor's, and then it was like the year he hit because he was doing his act, and we just thought he was a comedian. And then that year is when Tool Time came on TV, and I was like, holy shit, we just saw this act. Like we saw this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Did that gorilla deal that made him famous. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Funny.
So
it's good stuff. But yeah, you'll like it. It's a good movie.
All right.
A lot of action.
I have to remember that to this one.
I saw the coming attraction. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm renting this one tomorrow.
Yeah.
It was the best $5.99 I've spent like all year.
Nice. That's good.
Great. Really good.
Excellent. Yeah. All right.
I got to get up early. The electrician coming at 7:30.
Oh, good.
They got to finish, man. They got a lot of work left to do.
Yeah. Well, when they put a team on it, they can get cranking.
They had 6 guys there the other day.
Wow.
But they get there at 7:30, and at 3 o'clock they're cleaning up.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, they worked a full day.
Yeah. That's
I'm not going to complain about it, but I'm asking for a lot of circuits. And let me tell you something. I went around, and there wasn't a lot of stuff in the shop already.
Yeah.
And I took the cover off the breaker panel, and I went, oh my God. There's wires everywhere. They're not anywhere near kind of neat looking.
Right.
And when you see like a 12 gauge wire, a red 12 gauge wire coming out of the breaker, and then a wire nut and 2 10 gauge wires into the conduit, and then you look at the top of the breaker box, and there's what's the flat stuff? Romex?
Yeah.
There's Romex coming through, and they didn't pull it through enough. So there's wire nuts
right
on all 3 conductors.
Oh, geez.
And then goes to the 2 breakers in the ground.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, this is a fire waiting to happen here.
Yeah.
And above the office, I get on a ladder to take a look at what it looks like above the office, because I need that for like dead storage of stuff.
Yeah.
PVC pipe and things like that. And there's about 8 strands of Romex laying there.
Yeah, just laying.
Just cut. They were hooked up to something at one time, and then somebody went to the edge of the office and went snip, 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 snip.
Yeah.
Gone. I'm like, oh my God. So I start like flipping breakers, and I walked around with a, believe it or not, like a heat gun, something that would make some noise. So I'd plug it in, and I'm like, okay, this works. Let me find out what breaker it is. So I'm flipping breakers and nothing's happening. Finally, I go to one breaker. I shut it off. I hear the heat gun go off, and also all of the fluorescent lights went off.
Wow.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Hopefully it's a temporary hookup.
So like, this is not good.
Yeah.
So I called this local electrician, and I'm like, you need to come look at this, and
Yeah.
I need to show you what I need. And he looked at the box and he went,
Right.
"Oh." He goes, well, we'll strip that out. I go,
Good.
yeah. So
Good idea.
yeah. They had a, you know, it's a lot of work. And then, you know, with the moisture issue, with the aquarium stuff,
Yeah.
you don't want to use metal conduit in metal boxes.
Yeah.
You know, so they did BX cable up in the rafters where everything is going to be fine, and then they run PVC down the wall. So they literally slide the BX cable down into the PVC,
Right.
then pull out and hook it up.
I was going to say, there was, you know, back when I had my aquarium going, there was a fish store in Freeport I used to use all the time. It was 2 stories, and they had been in business a long time, because all the racks, you could see all the racks like had rusted. You look past it, all the electrical was just oxidized and green. You know, because they had fresh water, salt, and everything is humid, and the moisture in the air, just like, you know, it's an aquarium. It was a big 2-story aquarium. They had a ton of shit. I was like, man, this place is just waiting.
I'm gonna see if I wind up having some issues moisture wise with the car stuff that's going to be on the other side. I am pretty far separated, and we built like a dividing wall out of shelves.
Right.
And I'm slamming plywood on the back of those things to literally make almost like a wall.
Are you going to have some positive
problem? Then I'll have the landlord's construction guy literally put a wall in front to back and segregate the 2 shops.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'll climate control the race car side.
Well, I was going to say, you're going to have like positive ventilation. At least if you can keep the air moving, that helps a lot.
I have really good ventilation. I have huge like air mover fans that grab air and send them out the building through those like louvers.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah. And, you know, we have them. And when you turn that thing on, it literally slams the front door shut.
Yeah, that's key.
If it's anywhere near, you know, partially open, it pulls the door shut. It moves that much air. When you go to open the garage door, you can feel a blast of air at your feet.
Right.
So it's moved. They move a lot of air.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real good.
I don't think it's going to be a problem. And like I said, the fans, they're all on that side of the shop.
Yeah.
So it's going to be dragging the air from where I'm storing the car across to the damp side and out.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be a big problem.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see.
All right. Well, good luck with those boys tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, they'll be finished tomorrow, and then all day Saturday, and probably part of Sunday. I have to finish moving stuff out of the old shop and start turning things on.
Brian, I hope you collect a lot of money tomorrow.
I hope so too. Because it's been slow as, I mean, when the government gets all squirrely, man, down here it just really wipes us out.
You know, let me ask you: I heard Matt Michael mention the bust my balls promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Was that something that was Matco's, or did they grab it off of you?
Well, no. It actually, I can't remember where I saw it, but it was somebody had started it, and it's just kind of, you know, more and more people started doing it, and then all of a sudden it became part of. I mean, that's one of the things they are one of the promotional things that they teach. Like it took them 3 years, but then, like a lot of people will say, well, where do I, you know, because they don't plan ahead and they don't get the balls, you know, the balls.
Yep.
So now Matco, well, in our January, I mean, in our
October,
July meeting,
July,
they offer that, you know, hey, to do your Buster Balls, we got, and they'll sell us ornaments,
Yeah, he did Clay did a video with him, and he was saying how him and the kids had COVID, so they were out, they were quarantining, and he goes, yeah, I really didn't get to do my balls promotion. He goes, I never went shopping, is what he said. So I guess he never got the balls, is what it was. But I was curious where that came from. Okay.
Yeah, no, that I can't remember. I can't even remember where I saw it, and then I started.
Yeah.
Then a couple of the other guys down here saw, and they started, and like I said, it just kind of built up, and but like I keep telling people, the day after Christmas, you go to Michael's or Target or Walmart. I mean, all that stuff is 75% off.
Yep.
Right.
So, like I said, at the end of the year or at the end of the next day, I just go down and, buy 250 balls, and I just put them in my storage and wait till next year.
And hope you don't put a toolbox on top of them.
Yeah. Well, some of them, I mean, I mean, like I said, I don't do too bad storing them.
Yeah.
I have had some break over the years doing it, but
Sure.
But I said, like, this year I got really screwed up because I didn't have the truck for 10 days.
Right.
I screwed up the thing. I didn't get as it was an all right result, but it wasn't as well as normally because I usually do really good. And I had a lot of guys. I tell you, man, some of the guys are just, I don't know what else to say, but the concept they don't understand.
Yeah, that's not a hard concept to grasp, really.
It was like, look, for you make a payment, you grab a ball, you bust it, it tells you what you won. You want to break this? I mean, I literally, my first year, I actually put cash money instead of the gift card.
Take the top off and you roll it.
I would roll it up, and I'd put $25, and I put a 50, and I put 100 in one of them.
Wow.
And I had one guy. He was so funny. He comes out, and I try to explain it to him, and he just never registered. And he picks a bulb, and he said, "Merry Christmas, thank you, Mr. Brian," and walks off the truck. And I was like, "Don't you want to know what you won?" He just. And the funny thing is, that first year, nobody ever found the 100.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So I don't know if the 100
on their tree.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Wow.
That's
So
funny.
I was funny, and
You should have marked it on the outside so you'd know.
see, that was the problem. The first year when I did it, and I almost remembered what every gift was in the balls.
Wow.
And I was bad because I would look, and the guy would say, "Oh, this one," and I would say, "Oh, that's a hat," or "That's this or that," and I was right. And I was like, God. So after that, I told the girls to do it, so that I had no idea what was what.
All right.
funny.
The girls will stuff them and they hang them up, and because I almost remember all that stuff. That's
all right.
Bad.
Wow.
I would give it away.
Did you have, I just touched base with you on that thing with the Tribus wrenches. I wonder if you have any interest in following that up. Because some guy asked, they this week they broke out with the smaller wrenches. I put it up on Instagram, and someone immediately asked him, "Where can I buy them? Can I buy them on the tool truck?" And he said, "We're trying to get deals now with the tool truck guys. They have to carry it first.
Yeah,
you could buy it."
I sent the email up. I haven't heard anything, but on our Facebook page, there were 5 or 6 other guys. I guess I don't know if Clay reached out to some other guys
because he probably did.
Because
I'm sure he got the Mac and the Macro guys that he uses down there. I'm sure he was on top of them.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
I don't, like I said, I'll never know. I mean, that stuff is all, it could be 2 years, 3 years, all of a
Yeah.
sudden it'll be the newest thing, and we're going like, oh, we've been selling that for whatever.
And I have the 7/8. I got the oxygen sensor wrench. It is freaking heavy. And the handle goes from, I think, about 6 inches. There's another half that you can screw into the back to make it longer. And then the head tilts and swivels. It's a pretty substantial little tool. They made it really well. It's very well made.
It really depends on. I noticed that they're because one guy said, "Hey, where can I get those?" On our dealer page, and he said, "Oh, I deal with them directly. They have salesmen,
Right?
Have a salesman, and usually when that happens, it's very hard to get involved. I mean, because that means they had to cut somebody out."
I guess though that if they're looking to do this, they're looking for the tool truck marriage. I mean, it makes sense. This way, their tools are more. More people are going to see.
I know that, but if they have a representative in that area,
yeah,
if they have a representative selling the stuff, that means they have to get rid of them.
Yeah, I guess, yeah,
because he's no longer making a commission selling
right
tools. That's what happened with Motor Magazine, Motor Books.
Yeah,
when they merged with us, or not merged, but when we got with it, the guy said, we have 514 people selling them. We can now have 1,900 people selling them. So those 514 guys are gone.
Yeah. Unless they became tool dealers.
Yeah.
Which I doubt.
No.
All right.
So, but they wanted a bigger coverage, and I think there's only something like 5 or 6 guys that are still with the actual company himself.
If you think of it, that's another natural to have a tool truck sell, because you're dealing with mechanics that buy the tools, that service the cars. They need the information. One-stop shopping, man. That's
but I'll tell. It's funny. Luckily for us in the state of Maryland, there's 2 of the books that are required for state inspection.
Okay.
You got to have these 2 books being a state inspection, so they have to buy them. But they all tell me I can get the information off the internet, so why do I need to buy the book? I mean, that's
In Florida, they need the book to show how to replenish shock fluid oil, shock absorber oil.
So, I mean, it's the same thing. You would think that it would be a great idea, but it really, like I said.
And again, I still love books, so
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, again.
Let me tell you, my wife and I went to lunch today at Chili's.
That's why I have books.
We went to lunch at Chili's, and they brought out. They give you like a plastic menu, and she said to me, she says, "Is this the whole menu?" She says, "It looks like specials." So I'm like, "I don't know. That's what's here." And she goes, "Oh no, it says on here like scan the QR code, so they want you to look at the full menu on your phone." I'm like, "Oh fuck,"
like a book. It was like 8 pages.
And that's what I want, because you want to look back and forth. Do I want this? Do I want that? So, she takes the picture, I take the picture, and I'm looking through the lunch stuff. But you had to go through, you had to swipe the one page over, then go down to entrees, and then go to lunch. It was a little tough to find. And then I'm looking, I said, okay, so you start with a side salad, then you get your things. Oh, chicken fajitas, give me that. Give me the margarita. Thought I had it all figured out. So the girl comes and says, okay, off the lunch menu, I have the chicken fajitas with corn tacos. I said, I want the side salad. She goes, oh, you want the salad separate on the side? I'm like, well, no, it comes with it. It's under the lunch. She goes, no. And she picks up the other menu. She goes, it really isn't. I said, well, wait a minute. I took my phone. I said, look, on here, it's right under. Oh, it's a little confusing and misleading. I'm like, then why the hell did they do this? Really? So my wife says, do you have a paper menu? Can I get a real menu? And the girl was like, oh, I don't know if we have any. Let me go see. So she goes away, and I told my wife, I said, all right, they're going to say, the old lady at table 5 is asking for like a paper menu. Grandma wants a paper menu. Do we have one? And they brought her, a regular full-size menu. I was like, thank you. Get your shit together. It's like, this is what it's come down to now,
Somebody's watching us.
Fighting over menus. If I wasn't so damn hungry, I'd leave. And my wife said, she's taking after me now. She's like, I'm getting pissed off. I'm like, oh, don't do that. She goes, I've had enough already. I'm like, I got you.
Is Linda doing okay?
Yeah, losing a sister was hard because they were really close. They were very close. So it's tough. This is a tough one for her, but so she's still on that little hair.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, listen, this is just the beginning. I mean, now it's going to go on like now you got years of pain and misery ahead of you. You're going to remember and think you want to call the person or text them. And I said, it's just not going to happen. So, yeah, overall, she's doing okay. We're doing all right.
Yeah, it's good.
So, it's hard. It's tough. Tough. But, oh, yeah. But my pillow's not going to be tough, so I should go and see how it's going. I got to throw the garbage out. So
yeah, I need to go check my list twice and get ready to run.
That's it.
Nice.
Like Lou would say, it's coffee time.
There you go. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
Cup of coffee.
Okay.
All right. Good talking to you, boys.
All right, guys.
Talk
Take
to
it
you both.
easy.
Okay. We'll be in touch.
Be safe.
All right. See ya.
Betcha. Talk to you Sunday.
Okay. Steve Magnante.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait.
Hasta Magnante.
That's it.